And Bobby Ojeda, 28-year-old left-hander with a chance to wrap it up in the National League for the New York Mets, an 18-5 record on the season, 1-1 against the Houston Astros during the course of the regular year, and a victory in the championship series, as Bobby Ojeda has pitched already once, but this is the one that he has dreamed about for a long time, and a chance for the New York Mets to bring home the pennant in the National League if they can win here today. But these Houston Astros also are ready to play some baseball. They have no intention, obviously, of giving in. The rivalry has, if anything, just become hotter, Bob, as this series has gone along, and these two ball clubs getting to a point where they really don't like each other a whole lot.
This has been a real war. The first pitch of the afternoon, foul back into the crowd, no play. The New York Mets, after 5 games of the LCS, and they lead 3-2. Nonetheless, have a team batting average of only 185. And that tells you how superbly the Astros have pitched. Bob Knepper, a 32-year-old left-hander, into his windup. The pitch to Mookie Wilson, swung on and missed. Mookie, 2 hits in 19 times at bat. Hard to tell whether the Mets are mired in a slump or they are just up against such brilliant pitching. Sometimes it is a combination. 2-strike delivery, foul ball, back on the screen, no play. Mookie only 2 for 19 in the LCS, 0 for 4, and fanned 3 times in the grueling ball game yesterday. Every game has been so tense. Players on both teams just wiped out after that game yesterday. Now the pitch on the way, struck him out swinging. He got Mookie to strike out on a breaking ball down around his feet.
Bob Knepper has the potential to come in against the New York Mets and throw the exact kind of ball game Nolan Ryan and Mike Scott have thrown. He can be just that good, and particularly with that left-handed lineup in for New York.
Knepper has 11 lifetime victories against New York, and this year won 3 while losing 1. Met fans will recall he became the first National League pitcher to shut the Mets out this year right after the All-Star break. It came after 111 ball games without being blanked. Kevin Mitchell is the batter. The pitch on the way. Foul ball, back on the screen, strike 1. Last Saturday against left-hander Bob Knepper, Kevin Mitchell had 2 hits and 4 times up. When Knepper faced the Mets last Saturday in New York, he shut New York out the first 5 innings and had a 4-0 lead. But in the 6th inning, Darryl Strawberry's 3-run homer enabled the Mets to tie the game. They won in the 9th on a 2-run homer by Lynn Dykstra. Pitch to Mitchell, fastball, strike called in the inside corner. And he's starting out like a house on fire. On the infield, Len Davis at first, Billy Doran at second. Dickie Thon at short, and Phil Garner is playing third. Jose Cruz at left, Billy Hatcher in center. Kevin Bass around at right. The catcher is Alan Ashby. Astro pitching now has 47 strikeouts, a new LCS record in this series. The pitch on the way, off the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kevin Mitchell. Mitchell hitting .277 during the regular year, and he's 2 for 4. Those 2 hits were off Bob Knepper last Saturday at Shea Stadium. 1 out and nobody on. We're just underway in the Astrodome. Knepper, the veteran left-hander, delivers. Foul ball back upstairs, no play. The plate umpire today is Fred Brocklander, who had the disputed call of the 2nd inning yesterday in New York. The league senior umpire, Doug Harvey, at first. Lee Wire at second. Frank Pulley at third. Dutch Rennert on the left field foul line, and on the right field foul line, Joe West. Knepper, a 10-year National League veteran, a 17-game winner during the regular season, and 5 shutouts. And the pitch thrown is a bouncing ball, slowly hit to third, fielded by Garner, throw to first, 2 down. You know, the Mets have not scored in the first 3 innings of any of the first 5 games of the League Championship Series. That is how tough the Astro pitching has been. The Mets have a team batting average of 185. The Mets have pitched superbly. The Astros have a team batting average of 225.
Ironically, but for that one game where the Mets scored 5 runs, everything else has been down in that 1-run range. But the Mets relievers have made such a difference in this series, particularly Jesse Orozco.
Met relievers have worked a total of 10 innings without being scored on, without giving up an earned run. Now here's Keith Hernandez. He had a couple of hits off Knepper in the Saturday game in New York. The pitch on the way, taken high, ball 1. Keith leading the Mets in base hits in the series with 6 for 19. Keith Hernandez, good hitter against left-hand pitching, and he had 2 against Knepper on Saturday. Now the windup by the left-hander, the pitch. Over for a strike call. 1 ball and 1 strike. Gary Carter is waiting on deck. Carter delivered the game-winning hit of the home 12th inning at Shea Stadium yesterday. Mets lead the series 3-2. The 1-1 delivery and a ground ball hit down to first base, foul ball, no play. Handled by Glenn Davis. Had the ball been fair, Keith would have been out. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Keith Hernandez. Bobby Ojeda will pitch today for New York. He won 18 during the regular year. At his first start, he beat Nolan Ryan here in the Astrodome in Game 2 of the League Championship Series. The Red Sox and the Angels will decide it tonight at Fenway Park in Boston. They are all even after 6 games, 3-3. The Red Sox have won the last 2. Now here's the windup by Nepper, the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, strike 3 called. Beautiful pitch on the inside corner. Had Hernandez do it. So Nepper fans 2 out of the 3. What a start for him. Mets are out in order in the opening inning. Now in the middle of 1 inning, Mets nothing. The Astros are coming to bat. Last of inning 1 now, the Astrodome. Billy Doran, a switch hitter, will be leading off. Billy Doran 4 for 20 so far in the series. After Mike Scott beat Dwight Gooden and the Mets 1-0 in the opening game of the championship series. Bobby Ojeda took the mound against Nolan Ryan. Turned in a complete game win with the Mets winning 5-1. That has really been the only decisive win in the series. Bobby Ojeda into his windup, the pitch on the way. Ground ball hit hard, base hit into left center field. Fielded by Mookie Wilson, and Billy Doran starts the ball game for the Astros with a hard single beyond the reach of Rafael Santana.
Hal Lanier made a change after the first couple of games, switching Hatcher and Doran. He wanted that veteran Doran in the leadoff spot, putting Hatcher number 2. They've been flip-flop most of the season with Doran having the bad groin pull, but he's 100%, and he's a threat to go.
Billy Doran had 42 stolen bases during the year. The Astros have been caught only once in the series while trying to steal. Bobby Ojeda will throw to first base. Now the hitter is Billy Hatcher. Keith Hernandez holding against Billy Doran at first. Timmy Tuffle playing second. Rafael Santana at short, and Ray Knight is at third. Now the pitch on the way, bunted foul to the right, strike 1. In the outfield, Kevin Mitchell at left. Mookie Wilson in center, and Darryl Strawberry is in right. The catcher is Gary Carter. The Mets hoping to win it all here this afternoon in the Astrodome. If not, it'll be Ron Darling tomorrow night pitching against Mike Scott in the 7th and decisive game. Ojeda around with the arm. Ground ball caught by Hernandez. Thrown to second, force play. Great play by Hernandez. He saved a base hit. He made a headlong dive. He stabbed the hard ground ball. And again from his knees, he made a good throw to Santana, getting a force play on Billy Doran.
You don't measure those things in a box score, but I'll tell you in a ball game, there he just set up what could have been a base hit into right field, putting runners at least at first and second or first and third, nobody out. How do you measure that in the context of how a game goes? You never know, except you know how important it is, and he always does it.
Without that play by Hernandez, there would have been runners on first and third and nobody out. Now it's 1 out and 1 on. Hatcher, a very fast man, a good base stealer, draws a throw from Bobby Ojeda. Bill Garner batting third of the order. Garner 1 for 6 in the series. Batted .265 during the regular season. He has always been an excellent clutch hitter. Let's have the infield looking for 2. Fastball over, strike 1 call. Coaching at third, Dennis Menke for manager Hal Lanier. And on the lines at first base, Matt Galante. Hal Lanier has done an outstanding job in his first year as a major league skipper. Now Ojeda will check the runner at first. Fastball off the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike to the right-hand hitter. Bill Davis is the on-deck batter. Exciting start here. Sensational play by Hernandez. Otherwise, Houston would have first and third and nobody out. At the moment, it's 1 out and 1 on. Keep an eye on Hatcher. He has 3 stolen bases. And the pitch on the way. Strike call in the inside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
The other thing that play by Keith did is like throwing a blanket over this crowd. I mean, they are fired up. They are ready to go. They get an early base hit. You could just feel the level go right down after he made that play.
Had that ball gone through, this crowd would have exploded with noise. And the noise level would still be very, very high. much the way the Astros did to the New York crowd by holding the Mets in check early on in the ballgame. The 1-2 delivery, the runner goes. Line drive hit hard to left center field. Base hit going all the way back to the wall. Hatcher around third, he will score. Garner around second, stopping there. The veteran, Phil Garner. On a hit-and-run play, Hatcher was on his way, and Garner hit a wicked line drive with the gap in left center. Back to the wall, the Astros have the lead. And the crowd was not held quiet very long.
That's a big, big hit. Just for that reason, Bob. That turns that crowd on again, and the same thing that's happening to the crowd is happening to the Astros in the dugout. That kind of a hit puts you right back on top, right where the momentum was 2 batters ago.
Bobby Ojeda has faced 3 hitters. All 3 have hit the ball hard. Glenn Davis, the cleanup batter, is up. Had a foul tip, no play, strike 1. Bobby Ojeda, not with his good stuff at the moment. Bobby Ojeda finished second to Mike Scott of the National League, the second best ERA. He won 18 and he lost only 5. He was 1-1 against Houston during the season. A runner on second, Phil Garner. Glenn Davis, the batter. Low and inside, a breaking ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. But Billy Doran, Billy Hatcher, and Phil Garner, all 3 have hit the ball hard, with Garner hitting it the hardest. A long double in the gap in left center field. Garner with a good lead off second. Timmy Tuffle trying to hold him as the Mets play around to left defensively against Davis. Foul ball back on the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Davis, 4 hits in 19 times at bat. He had the game winner in the opening game of the series with a home run off Dwight Gooden. That was the only run of the game. Mike Scott winning 1-0 over Dwight Gooden. Gooden has started 2 games. In each game, he allowed only 1 run. He's won none, lost 1, and 1 no decision. Now Ojeda, big job on his hands at the moment. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Glenn Davis. And the pitch thrown by Ojeda, breaking ball inside low. And the Houston crowd really fired up. It is not a sellout. There are empty seats in the Astrodome this afternoon. It's a big crowd, but not a sellout, which is somewhat surprising. If it were a night game, I'm sure it would have been a sellout. Now waiting on a 2-2 delivery. Ground ball hit the shortstop. Base hit. Goes into center field. Garner around third. He will score. 2-0 Houston. Four consecutive batters have ripped the ball off Bobby Ojeda. 2 runs are in, and the Astros have a 2-0 lead. An RBI for Glenn Davis. He had 101 RBIs during the year.
Houston Astros got 2 runs in Game 3 of their against Ron Darling in this series. The only time the team had scored, any team has scored in the first inning. Now they've done it again here.
Now here is Kevin Bass, the right fielder. Batted .311 and led the Houston batters during the regular season. He is a switch hitter turning around to bat right-handed. Ojeda kicks the leg. Around comes the arm. Outside, low ball 1. The only thing that Ojeda has to feel good about, if anything, 3 of the 4 have hit a ground ball, and that's the name of Ojeda's game. But the ground balls have been hit hard and just out of the reach of an infielder. High and outside. The 1 batter retired was on a diving stab by Hernandez of a hard-hit ground ball. So they're hitting it on the ground, but they're hitting it awfully hard so far of Bobby Ojeda. 2 runs are in. Houston ahead 2-0. Now the pitch on the way. Taken high, and he goes behind him 3-0. Ojeda may be shaken up a little bit by the fast attack of the Houston Astros. Bobby rarely ever walks anybody, but suddenly it's behind Bass 3-0. Jose Cruz is the on-deck batter. A little movement now in the New York Mets dugout. Looks like Rick Aguilera may be going to the bullpen. Ball 4. Ojeda has walked Bass on 4 pitches. Now you hear the crowd yelling for Jose Cruz.
He's not close either. He's missing the strike zone by a lot on those pitches right there. Mel Stottlemyre is going to get a little time for his bullpen now. He's going to come out and take a slow walk to the mound, and Gary Carter will come out to join him. Rick Aguilera, the right-hander, will get up to throw in the bullpen.
Santana will come in from shortstop. Carter comes out from behind the mound, and they'll kill as much time as they can for Aguilera in the bullpen. John Gibbons down in the bullpen, warming up Rick Aguilera as the veteran coach Vern Hoshide stands guard duty. Now the plate umpire, Fred Brocklander, will take a slow walk out to the mound and break up the conference. And as he starts to the mound, here comes Timmy Tuffle in to join on the powwow. Now it'll break up.
You know, Davy Johnson's feelings here, he can't let this game get very far away. Can't let him get away at all. They do not want to come back tomorrow. Whatever's got to be done to hold this game close has to be done right now, and if it means pulling Ojeda early, he will.
2 runs are in. Houston leading 2-0 first inning. And the Astros now have runners on first and second. Only one man out, and the one man retired. A great fielding play by Hernandez. Now the veteran Jose Cruz, good hitter. Left-hander against left-hander. The pitch on the way, inside, way inside. 1 ball and no strikes. So Bobby Ojeda struggling mightily here in the opening inning. Davis is on second, Bass on first base. Center fielder Mookie Wilson playing a stride or two the other way toward left center. Fastball over, a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. If we have a 7th game, it'll be tomorrow night. It'll be Mike Scott pitching against Ron Darling. Game would have a first pitch of 8:20 tomorrow night, New York time. Now Ojeda checks the runners. And a line drive in the short right field, base hit. Going down the right field line. Davis around third is scoring. Strawberry is throwing to third, not in time. Soft line drive, base hit. Looped over the head of Keith Hernandez. Just fair. 3-0 in favor of the Astros. That was the first time they haven't hit a ball hard. A very soft line drive. Just barely over the head of Keith Hernandez. Keith went running back, but could not get a play on it. And the Astros have 3 runs in.
That was a broken bat. Took that one right off Cruz's handle. He pitched him inside, knocking him away. Back on the outside on the second pitch, then came back in. Cruz split the bat on the handle just above the hands, but he muscled it right down the line.
Now Alan Ashby is in a position to really blow this thing open early for the Houston Astros. Ashby batting right-handed. He's a switch hitter. Foul tip, no play. They have 3 runs in. They have first and third and only 1 man out. Ashby, the 7th batter in the order. Davy Johnson looking on. Mel Stottlemyre at his side. Rick Aguilera has had about enough time to be ready now in the New York Mets bullpen. Bobby Ojeda would love to get the ground ball for a double play right now and shut the Astros down. They have a big start. And the pitch on the way is low outside. You know, when Bob Nepper started against New York on Saturday at Shea, the Astros had a 4-0 lead. Mets caught up in the 6th inning, fell behind again by 1, then won the game of the 9th on Dykstra's 2-run homer. Right now, Bass is on third, Cruz on first. And the count 1-1 on Alan Ashby. 3 for 17 of the series. Squeeze play, bunted on and missed. Bass is hung up. The ball thrown, but Knight who tags him out. The squeeze play does not work. Kevin Bass is out. 2 men down. Cruz goes to third.
Oh, that's a big play. Alan Ashby just talking to himself at home plate. He blew that one. Nobody was expecting that. Had he been able to get that bunt down, he might even have picked up a base hit on that, but he didn't. And Gary Carter just ran him back, then flipped over to Ray Knight, who tagged him out.
So Hal Lanier had the suicide squeeze play on, but Ashby did not bunt the ball. He tried, but he missed it. So Bass is caught at third, tagged out by Ray Knight. Now there are 2 men down. Cruz is on second. The count 1 ball and 2 strikes on Alan Ashby. Now Bobby Ojeda will look in to Gary Carter. Ashby staying out of that batter's box for a while. Obviously disappointed at failing on an attempted squeeze play. The pitch on the way. Line drive caught. The inning is over. Right at Santana. Hard hit line drive. And they hit Bobby Ojeda awfully hard. 3 runs. 4 hits. And 1 man left. At the end of 1 inning in the Astrodome, Houston 3 and New York 0. Bob Murphy with Gary Thorne at the Astrodome. The Astros off to a very fast start, hitting Bobby Ojeda very hard in the opening inning, getting 3 runs on 4 hits. And when you look back on it, it could have been worse.
Sure could have. That missed squeeze play cost them that lead runner at third base. And Ashby almost had a hit anyway. Hit that line drive to short.
The other 2 outs, I started to say, one was a line drive caught by Santana. And the other a diving stab of a wicked ground ball. Great play by Keith Hernandez. Pitch to Gary Carter is high. 1 ball and no strikes. Gary provided the game-winning hit of the 12th inning yesterday sending the big crowd home just limp. It was that kind of a ball game. Mets winning it 2-1 in 12 innings. Now the 1-0 delivery. And a fly ball, well hit to right field. Back goes Kevin Bass. Near the warning track, he turns, makes the catch. Looks like Gary Carter's got his swing back. He hit that ball to the warning track in right field. This is a very big ballpark. It is not a home run hitter's ballpark at all. 330 down the lines. In the power alleys, 378. 400 feet straight away, and you never have a following wind. The game is played indoors. Now Strawberry hitting against Bob Nepper. Swing and a miss, strike one, breaking ball. Gerald had the hit that kept the Mets from losing last Saturday, a 3-run homer. It tied the game in the 6th inning. Now the pitch on the way. Low and outside, 1-1. And again yesterday, Strawberry had the hit that kept the Mets from losing. His home run off Ryan tied the game at 1-1. The 1-1 delivery inside and high to Darrell. Darrell said the one thing he has to do is be patient against Bob Nepper and not chase that breaking ball. Nepper has great command of his pitches, as does Bobby Ojeda. But Ojeda without his magic in the first inning here today. Bobby Nepper had 5 scoreless innings in New York on Saturday. Ground ball hit to second base. Slicing to his right, Billy Doran, for Davis to down.
You sense an enormous energy in this Houston ball club. They are sky high to play this ball game, justifiably feeling they get by this one and into tomorrow, and they're on the road.
They will be the favorite if they win here today, because it'll be Game 7 in the Houston ballpark, the Astrodome, and they'll have Mike Scott on the mound against Ronnie Darling. 2 outs, nobody on. 5 in a row retired by Bob Nepper, and the batter is Ray Knight. Ray in the series, 3 hits at 18 times at bat. During the regular year, a very good year, Knight batted .298. He should be baseball's comeback player of the year. Timmy Tuffle is out on deck. Mets trailing 3-0, top of the 2nd inning. And the pitch by Bob Nepper. Ground ball hit hard. Stabbed by Garner. The throw. He's out. And the Astros are doing it all exactly right. A diving stab by Phil Garner of a hard ground ball headed toward left field. He got to his feet and he threw him out. And this crowd will really be turned on now, as if they weren't already. Mets are out 1-2-3. At the end of an inning and a half, Houston 3 and New York 0. Well, the Astros with their explosive start, leading 3-0, and as we go to the 2nd, Dickie Thon will be leading off. Dickie Thon platoons with Craig Reynolds at shortstop. He probably has more pop at his bat. Before suffering the injury, he was hit with a pitch thrown by Mike Torres that almost ended his career. Prior to that, the year before the injury, Dickie Thon had 20 home runs and was about the equal of any shortstop in all of baseball. Right-hand hitter making a good comeback. Batted .248 over the full year. He bluffs at a bunt, takes outside low ball 1. Bob Nepper will be up next, and then Billy Doran at the top of the order. Bobby Ojeda 18-5 during the regular season and 1-0 in the League Championship Series. Strike call to the inside corner, where the Astros really attacked him in the opening inning. Every batter up hit the ball hard. Not a single batter failed to make good contact. Now the windup and the 1-1 delivery. Ground ball hit hard. Diving stop by Hernandez. So Ojeda out at first base. A dive to the foul line by Hernandez. He stabbed it. He rolled completely over. Got halfway to his feet and threw to Ojeda covering. Another magnificent defensive play.
No matter what else happens in this ball game, nobody can say Keith Hernandez didn't do his part. He's already taken 2 base hits away down the right field line. One to his right, that one to his left.
Now Bob Nepper will be coming up. And to this point, and Nepper is now the 9th man up. Not a single Houston batter has failed to hit the ball hard. The only one, of course, would be Bass. He drew a walk. Everybody else has hit it awfully hard. And a fastball over, a strike call. Even the outs, the balls were hit hard in the opening inning. Astros with a 3-0 lead. They scored 3 runs on 4 hits. Hernandez has personally stolen 2 hits. Breaking ball for a strike. Had Hernandez not stolen the base hit of the opening inning, that might have been about a 5 or a 6 run inning for the Houston Astros. Now, Ojeda with a 2-strike advantage delivers strike 3. Caught looking at a fastball of the outside corner. That retires Bob Nepper. And it'll bring up Billy Doran, the leadoff batter. People Express team of airlines with their low prices. You can enjoy away games from the stands instead of your sofa. Now, Billy Doran, known as Dynamite Billy Doran, will get a good hand as he comes to bat for the second time. He was the catalyst. He started the rally. He lined a base hit to left center field just beyond the reach of Santana. Now Ojeda side again. And the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. There's that dead fish. That ball off speed that he turns over. Great pitch for Bobby Ojeda. And I believe that's the first one he's thrown.
Yes, he has.
It's a pitch he uses against the right-hand batters. Now the pitch on the way. Ground ball hits the third. Fielded by Ray Knight. The throw at the side retired. And that's a lot more like it for Bobby Ojeda. That last ground ball was not hit hard. No runs, no hits, nobody left. And at the end of 2 innings in Houston, the Astros 3 and the Mets nothing. The Mets lead the series 3-2. Gary, they have been coming from behind to win in this series so far. If they're going to win today, obviously, they must come back one more time.
Oh, it was the first inning. That's the advantage the New York Mets have, and that the Astros picking up those runs did it so early on. Oftentimes, when that happens, opposing pitcher can settle in, and if the Mets could score some runs, obviously, they've got plenty of time to do that and get back in the ball game. Timmy Tuffle will lead it off. He hit 247 during the season against the Astros, 125 against Houston pitching. Takes the pitch outside for a ball. Timmy started in the Game 3 of this series in which Nepper pitched, and against Bob Nepper did not pick up a hit, went 0 for 3. Ground ball hit towards short in the hole. Dickie Thorne to his right. Long throw and a good one. Dickie Thorne, a strong throw. He had to make that flat-footed as he took the ball going to his right. Good hard throw to first base, 1 down. Rafael Santana coming up. Raffy 0 for 3 in this series against Nepper. Against left-handers, the New York Mets 46-22 during the course of the regular season, while the Astros were 31-27. Raffy, hitting 143 in this series, takes a breaking ball in the outside corner for a strike called. Nepper will throw a lot of strikes. Walked only 62 batters during the year. Pitch is up high for a ball. Rafael Santana thus far in this National League Series has picked up 2 hits in 14 times to the plate. Delivery to him is swung on and missed. Got him with a breaking ball inside that time. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Raffy will step out on that one. He took a big cut. A pitch that ate him up low and inside. Left-hander Nepper working quickly. The 1-2 delivery. Swung on, line drive up the middle will be a base hit. Into center field. Rafael Santana's on, and the New York Mets have their first base runner and their first hit as Santana reaches with 1 down, and it will bring up Bobby Ojeda. The New York Mets pitcher with Santana on at first base now, taking a look down to Buddy Harrelson. See whether or not with 1 away they want him to lay 1 down.
I think they might very well want him to bunt and try and build 1 run right here.
And the leadoff batter, Mookie Wilson, waiting on deck. Squares to bunt, takes it high and away, ball 1. Corners charging in on him. First baseman Glenn Davis and third baseman Phil Garner coming down the lines.
Gary, they charged in so close. Davey might switch off now.
We're really coming down hard on him. Garner creeping in, Davis holding, then charging. Squares to bunt, drops it out in front. Garner will go to second. They've got it. No play at first, but they get the lead runner. The sacrifice does not work. Dickie Thorne covering second base takes the throw, and a good one from Garner, the third baseman. They get the lead runner, and there are 2 down. Ojeda will be on at first base. Good play by Garner that time. Ojeda was trying to bunt it back to the mound to make the pitcher field it, but Garner was in so close he stepped right in front and took it away from him, and appropriately so. 5-6 on the putout at second, 2 away. Bobby Ojeda getting the jacket on here in the dome at first base. Mookie Wilson struck out his first time up. Nepper has struck out a couple, adding to that new total in a championship series. 48 strikeouts now for Astro pitchers. Breaking ball inside, ball 1. Mookie Wilson, 2 hits in 20 times up in this series. He has really struggled. And he has not done well against Nepper. 0 for 5 now in this series, and a 163 career batting average against Nepper. Breaking ball misses inside, 2-0. Mookie turning around, batting right-handed here. Fred Brocklander, the home plate umpire, will have no mercy shown him today. Every call that's even close, the fans are all over him. 2-0 count, 2 down. The delivery, that's outside, a fastball, and Nepper's behind, 3 balls and no strikes. Center fielder Hatcher moved a couple of steps over towards left. With Mookie batting right-handed, they're playing him to pull the ball. Nepper comes to the belt, 3-0 pitch. Mookie takes it up high, and he draws a walk. So the Mets keep the inning going now with runners on at first and second and 2 down. And Kevin Mitchell coming to the plate. First walk given up by Nepper. Mitchell grounded out his first time up. 2 for 5 in the series. All those plate appearances have come against the left-hander. Kevin finishing the year hitting at .277. A couple of singles to his credit in this postseason play. Ojeda at second base. Mookie Wilson at first. 3-0 Astro lead. Nepper. It's the sign from Ashby. Checks at second. Delivery is a fastball in the inside corner. Strike 1. Mitch not happy with it. Go back out. Kevin had a good season against the Astros this year. He hit .290 against them with a couple of home runs. And a good season against left-handers. He hit .277 overall, but against lefties, he hit .305 with 7 home runs. Nepper with Mitchell back in the box, set to go. 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball missing up high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bob Nepper in Game 3 went 7 innings, gave up 4 runs, 3 earned on 8 hits. He did not walk a batter in that game and struck out 3. A finesse pitcher who will get a lot of ground balls when he's on. 1-1 count. Pitch to Mitchell, swung on and fouled off, had him in front of an off-speed curve. 1-2 on Kevin. Nepper will take time to wipe the brow as the base runners get back to first and second base. Outstanding year at 17 and 12. He set career highs for himself. Games pitched as he was in 38 ball games, and he threw 260 innings, the most he's ever thrown in a year. 2 down, 2 on. 3-0 Astro lead. 1-2 count on Mitchell. Nepper again to the belt. A 1-2 delivery. Swung on and missed. He went after a high fastball and helped Nepper out on that one. 3rd strikeout for Nepper. No runs on a hit. 2 are left on base. The end of 2.5 innings. Astros 3, Mets nothing. Great signs around the Astrodome here today. One for Fred Brocklander out in left field. Says, "Come on, Fred, admit it." Brocklander, looking at the tape of that play at first base yesterday, said no, that was depth perception, which the camera could not show, and he said I was right. Another one they've got is sandpaper the Mets. I like that one. Referring to the allegation of scuffed baseballs.
The allegations will be heard again tomorrow night if this goes to Game 7.
Yeah. Real nice signs around here, though. Houston Astros shall win against odds.
No more Mr. Nice Guy.
Cruz, New York will pay. That's part of the fun of baseball.
Very seldom when you go on a cruise do you not pay.
That's right. World Series will start on Saturday, either in Houston or New York at the National League Park. First 2 games Saturday and Sunday nights. And it'll move to the American League Park Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday evenings. And then it would go back to the National League Park if necessary the following weekend. Nobody knows who's in the series yet. 4 teams still at it. Ojeda ready. Hatcher takes it outside, ball 1. John Candelaria will make the start tonight for Gene Mock's California Angels against the Boston Red Sox. Roger Clemens, who comes back for his 3rd start. Swung on and foul tip. Hatcher with a 1-1 count.
In the American League Series, they have had some one-sided ball games. They had one last night, Boston winning 10-4. They obviously have a very exciting series championship going to the 7th game, but in this series, every game has been a gripping game.
1-1 pitch, swung on and foul back. it really has held the form what everyone expected the series would be before it started.
Well, the top two pitching staffs going against each other. That's finished number 1, the Astros number 2. And it's been reversed so far in the League Championship Series.
Yep. Bobby Ojeda with a 1-2 count on Hatcher, leading off the bottom of the third inning. Left-hander's delivery is swung on, hit hard to short. Santana backhands it, gets up, makes the throw. He's got it. Ball skimming along the carpet. Rafael Santana had time to take only one step. Made a real good backhanded stop and had plenty of time to throw out a speedy Hatcher because the ball was hit so hard.
We have really had magnificent defense in every game of this series.
Almost perfect defensive plays. It has been a great baseball series for the purists. I'd like to see those 1-0, 2-1 ball games. Bill Garner coming up. He doubled in a run in the first inning. Had a big hit in the gap in left center field. Pitch to him is down low by Bobby Ojeda. Garner, Davis, and Cruz with the RBIs as Houston's picked up 3 runs on 4 hits, doing all of it in the first inning. Ojeda's delivery swung on, hit in the air again towards center, coming on. Mookie Wilson, he's got it. Wilson was playing over towards the gap in left center field where that ball was hit, and there are 2 down.
It's scary because still almost every Houston batter to the plate is hitting the ball hard. There's really been only one normal ground ball hit. Everything else has been hit hard.
He has thrown that dead fish off-speed pitch of his, I think, still just once. And that's the pitch he needs to get in order to keep batters off stride, and he has not used it much. 2 down, nobody on. Glenn Davis coming up. He singled in a run. Davis having an excellent series, 5 for 20 now with a home run. Pitch swung on, drilled down the left field line, but right at Kevin Mitchell. He's got it. I mean, a shot. Mitchell didn't have to move 2 steps to his right to haul it in. Bobby Ojeda gets out of it, but a little uneasy about it as he heads back. 3 up, 3 down after 3. Houston leads 3-0.
1050 WHN.
Keith Hernandez will lead it off for the New York Mets. Hernandez, Carter, and Strawberry in the top of the 4th inning. 3 runs on 4 hits for the Astros. No runs, 1 hit for New York. A single by Santana in the 3rd inning. Nepper has struck out 3 and walked only 1. Ojeda, 1 strikeout and 1 walk. Pitch to Hernandez is a curve and a good one for a strike call. That's the one Nepper used to strike him out on in the 1st inning. Real good bender. Keith having a good series. 6 hits, 20 times to the plate for him. 2 for 5 against Nepper. Swung on a line to center field. Hatcher coming in, reaches up. He's got it. Hit it hard right at the center fielder. 1 down in the 4th. The People Express team of airlines, with their low prices and frequent service from Newark and Farmingdale to over 140 cities, they cover all the bases. Gary Carter steps in. Carter flied out to right field his first time up. Carter with only 2 hits, both of them for game-winning RBIs, but he's only 2 for 23. Gary 0 for 4 against Nepper here in the series. Left-hander winds and delivers. Carter pops it foul behind home plate, no play. Gary's always had a tough time against Nepper, batting only .235 against him with a lot of career at-bats. Has picked up a couple of home runs off him. Carter finishing the year with that 13-game hit streak, but did not continue it into National League postseason play. 0-1 delivery. Swung on, hit in the air again to right field. Shallow. Bass coming in. Plenty of time to get into the high fly ball. He's got it. 2 down. And the New York Mets still having lots of trouble scoring in the first half of a baseball game. They've not been able to do it here. It'll bring up Darryl Strawberry. 2 down, nobody on in the 4th. Astros on top by a score of 3-0. Darryl Strawberry grounded out his first time up. 4 for 18 in the series with some very big hits. 2 home runs, of course, that Darryl Strawberry's picked up. Left-hander against left-hander. Breaking ball, strike call. There's that curve ball again, same one he was throwing to Hernandez. Strawberry finished the year against lefties, hitting only .212 with 6 home runs against them. Breaking ball this time is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Strawberry with an excellent season hitting on the road. .278 away from Shea Stadium. 16 home runs on the road for him. Swung on and missed. Home run cut. 1 and 2. Darrell hit only .221 here at the Dome. .208 against the Astros. Nepper with a 1-2 count, 2 down. Rocks and fires. Breaking ball misses inside. 2-2. Bob Nepper with that smooth, classy left-hander flashing form, like Bobby Ojeda, like John Tudor. 2-2 delivery. Just missed the outside corner. He wanted that one. He went way down into a crouch and then jumped up when he realized he didn't get the call. 3-2 count on Strawberry.
And the crowd getting again on poor Fred Brocklin.
It's not going to be Fred's day. It wasn't yesterday. 3-2 count. Here's the delivery. Strike 3 called. Fastball. He fooled him. Strawberry was looking for an off-speed pitch, and he burned one right down the middle at the knees. 4 strikeouts. Mets are retired. 1-2-3. At the end of 3.5, Astros 3, Mets nothing. The Astros have a 3-0 lead. Great to have you with us on our Mets network for Game 6. Houston trying to make a Game 7, which would be tomorrow night. They have a 3-0 lead, and Kevin Bass, Jose Cruz, and Alan Ashby come up here in the 4th inning. Bass drew the only walk given up by Bobby Ojeda in the 1st inning. Left-hander's delivery, and Bass takes it down low, ball 1. Bob Nepper has now struck out 4. The Astros now have 50 strikeouts in this championship series. Every time they strike somebody out, it's a new record. They set that yesterday at Shea. Pitch is a strike on the outside corner. They, of course, have been led by Scott and Ryan in the strikeout department, but Nepper's starting to close in on those two. So the Mets, who had the fewest strikeouts for a team in the National League, have really been K'd in this one. Ground ball right back to the mound. Ojeda over to Keith Hernandez. 1 away here in the 4th. Bass retired. Jose Cruz coming up. He singled. Picked up an RBI in the 1st inning when Ojeda gave up the 3 runs on 4 hits. All coming in inning number 1. The old record for strikeouts in a series, the Mets held that in 1973 when they had 42. Ojeda's pitch to Cruz, a tapper right back to Bobby Ojeda. Makes the play over to Keith Hernandez, and quickly there are 2 down on ground balls back to the mound.
Now he's looking like Bobby Ojeda.
Really has settled in here. 2 away, nobody on in the 4th. Alan Ashby lined out to short his first time up after he missed a squeeze bunt, which allowed the Mets to take out Kevin Bass, who was coming in from 3rd base. It could potentially be a big play in this game. Ashby tried to lay it down when the Astros were really rocking Bobby Ojeda in the 1st inning. Alan Ashby, 3 for 18 in the series. Houston catcher takes it down low, ball 1. The American League record for strikeouts is 51. Kansas City set that in a 7-game series against Toronto last year. So Houston's only 1 away from tying the Major League record. Long fly ball, playable in left. Kevin Mitchell is underneath it. He's got it. And Bobby Ojeda has a very good inning. Side retired in order. Since the 1st inning, nobody's gotten on base. Bobby Ojeda now is retired 10 in a row. The end of 4. Astros 3, Mets nothing. Bob Nepper, thus far controlling the New York Mets in this ball game, as they're unable to get to him, as has been the case with most of the Houston starters. We'll see what happens as we go to the 5th with Bob Murphy.
And in the 5th inning, it's time to play the Daily News hometown homer game. The Mets will be batting for Ted Rose of Bethpage, New York, and Elizabeth Ganoshi of Shirley, New York. And if the Mets hit a home run in this half inning, they'll each win $1,000. And if not, each will receive an AM/FM stereo radio Mets hat called the Hat Man. Ray Knight will lead off against the left-hander Bob Nepper. Over the first 4 innings, the Mets have only 1 hit. The Mets have not scored early in any of the 6 games in the League Championship Series. The Astros are very concerned about Nolan Ryan, who threw 135 pitches in going 9 innings yesterday, and also jammed his heel and injured the heel in trying to break up a double play at second. Now the pitch. Ground ball hammered foul. Nolan Ryan was taken to a Houston hospital last night. They don't think anything is broken, but there is great concern as to whether or not Ryan would be ready to open the World Series on Saturday night if the Astros win. They are pitching Nepper today and Mike Scott tomorrow night if there is a 7th ball game. They would need a starter. And the pitch on the way And a slow ground ball right back to the mound. Easy play. Nepper to Davis, 1 gone. And Nepper is making it look awfully easy so far. However, he did the same thing last Saturday in New York. He shut the Mets out the first 5 innings. The Astros had a 4-0 lead off Ron Darling. In the 6th inning, the Mets scored 4 runs and tied the game. They fell behind 5-4. Then Backman butted his way on, and Dykstra hit a game-winning home run in the 9th inning. Timmy Tuffle hit a hard ground ball to short and was thrown out in the 3rd inning. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 5th inning, the pitch on the way. High and outside, 1 ball, no strikes.
I don't think anybody will ever know, Bob, the pain Nolan Ryan has worked in this season with that elbow problem and then the foot. What a performance yesterday.
Magnificent outing. And the pitch on the way, and a ground ball hit down to 3rd, fielded by Garner. His throw low, but he's out at 1st. Davis pulled off the bag, but he was pulled off on the home plate side. He handled the low throw, and he tagged out Timmy Tuffle. There are 2 men away.
I can play first base, can he?
He's a good one.
He is a good one.
He's not a Keith Hernandez, but he's all right over there.
Yep.
I felt like I was watching a last hurrah yesterday with Nolan Ryan pitching at Shea. 9 magnificent innings. He allowed only 1 run. The home run by Darryl Strawberry. Strawberry's home run kept the Astros from winning. Mets won the game of the 12th. Might very well be the last postseason opportunity that Nolan Ryan will ever have, and he turned in one of the grittiest performances I've ever seen in sports. Off-speed delivery, Santana lays off. 1 ball and no strikes. That's her batting. For Ted Rose of Bethpage, New York, and Elizabeth Ganoshi of Shirley, New York, give this the Daily News hometown homer inning. 2 outs, nobody on. Pitch to Raphael. Low and away, ball 2. Santana has the only hit off Bob Nepper. That was a single in the 3rd inning. Nepper 3-1 this year against the Mets. And a strike call, it's 2-1. Mets had played 111 games this year before they were finally shut out. When they were finally shut out, it was right in this ballpark, right after the All-Star break, and by Bob Nepper. They would be shut out 4 times over the full year. And a line shot foul down the left field line, no play. That was well hit by Santana. Raphael has hit the ball as hard as anybody on the ball club in postseason play. Mets came into this game with a 185 team batting average after the first 5 games. With that kind of batting average, it's remarkable that they're leading in the series. 3 games to 2. Top of the 5th inning, Mets are trailing 3-0. Crowd getting excited now with a count of 2-2 on Santana. Nepper has walked 1 and struck out 4. So the Astro pitching staff, 50 strikeouts of the LCS. New National League record, the pitch. And a ground ball back to the mound, jumped and grabbed by Nepper, thrown to 1st. Boy, he was overpowering. Mets didn't get a ball out of the infield, and 2 comebackers to the mound. No runs, no hits, nobody left. And now we're halfway in a fast-moving ball game. At the end of 4 1/2, it remains Houston 3 and New York 0. In the year 1962, the National League expanded, bringing 2 new teams into the league. The Houston Colt 45s, as they were known in 1962, and the New York Mets. This was the 25th anniversary for both teams. The Astros have never won a pennant. They have never played in a World Series. They have won a divisional crown. They lost to the Phillies in a very exciting league championship series. The Mets, on the other hand, won a World Series in 1969, won a pennant in 1973, losing the World Series in 7 games to Oakland. Dickie Thon, the batter, swing and a foul tip, strike 1. Good breaking ball by Bobby Ojeda. So the Astros are hoping that this will be their year for their first ever World Series team. They'll play, if they win it, either California or Boston. Ground ball hit hard toward the middle, fielded now by Tuffle, and the throw to 1st, 1 down. And that's 11 in a row retired by Bobby Ojeda. So Ojeda settling in and pitching his game now. He was hit very hard the first 3 innings, even though he retired the side in order in the 2nd and again in the 3rd. Particularly in the 3rd, every batter hit the ball hard. But in the 4th inning, it was a real Bobby Ojeda inning. Now Bob Nepper, the pitcher, comes up. The opening game of the World Series will be Saturday night, either at Shea Stadium or here in the Astrodome. Ron Darling will pitch the 7th game tomorrow night if we go to 7. Now the windup and the pitch on the way. Breaking ball inside. If the Mets can rally and win here today and win the pennant, Ron Darling would undoubtedly open the World Series Saturday night at Shea Stadium, with Dwight Gooden pitching on Sunday. The 1-0 delivery, swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. It's fun to speculate, and all baseball fans do. If we go to a 7th game, Darling is the pitcher tomorrow night, and the Mets win the 7th game, then who will open the World Series Saturday night in New York? The pitch on the way, taken high. 2 balls and a strike to Bob Nepper. Now Ojeda into his windup, and the pitch on the way. Good pitch. Strike call to the outside corner. Might have to be Sid Fernandez.
Shouldn't be bad at Shea Stadium.
No, not bad at all. Sid would do a good job. 2-2 delivery. Inside, ball 3. Carter thought that was strike 3. He was ready to throw the ball down to Ray Knight. You probably would not want Sid Fernandez at Fenway Park only because he's a fly ball out type pitcher. Bobby Ojeda, on the other hand, is a ground ball out pitcher. That's what you want. 3-2 delivery. Foul tip, no play. 1 out and nobody on. Last of the 5th inning. The Astros 3 and the Mets nothing. If you join late, Houston got 3 runs on 4 hits in the opening inning. They hit the ball awfully hard. Bill Garner, Glenn Davis, and Jose Cruz each drove a run in. Now Carter's setting a target. Outside, ball 4. He walks the opposing pitcher. And Ojeda is upset with that call by Fred Brocklander. Bobby Ojeda didn't like that at all.
He was upset with both of those, and that time he was demonstrative about it. He put both hands up over his head, saying what was the matter with that pitch, and shook his head at Brocklander.
That'll be the 2nd walk by Bobby Ojeda. He gave a walk to Kevin Bass in the 1st inning when he was struggling. This walk is to the opposing pitcher coming at a time where Ojeda had settled in and was in a very good pitching group. And he was very upset by Fred Brocklander's call. 1 out and 1 on. Billy Doran, the batter. And the pitch on the way is low, ball 1. One thing about an umpire's job, he won't please both sides. There is no way. It has been said so many times, it is so true. It's a necessary but a thankless job as far as the players are concerned. Ground ball hit toward the middle. Tupple will handle it. Throws the ball to second. 1 on to first. Safe. Close play, but Doran is safe at first. Let's get a force play on Bob Nepper. Now 2 outs and a runner on first, Billy Doran. And he is the Astros' leading base stealer.
Ball not hit hard enough to get the double play on it. A chopper. Timmy Tupple had a little bit of trouble getting the ball out of his glove as well over to second. Santana just barely kept the foot in the bag. He wasn't going to give it the Olay play. He did that the other day and got away with it. He wasn't going to try it again.
And on the AstroTurf here on the Dome, you play a little deeper than you do when you're outdoors playing on natural grass. A little more of a throw to make. Billy Hatcher, the hitter. Off the outside corner, it is ball 1. We'll keep an eye on Billy Doran. Tougher job for him to steal here today with a left-hander, Bobby Ojeda, on the mound. And Ojeda does a good job of keeping a short halter on a base runner. Throw to first as he goes to work to do that. 3-0, Astros lead as they bat in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Not a sellout this afternoon. There are empty seats. Not a lot, but some. There he goes, the pitch. Takes the bunt, throw to second base, sliding, stolen base. Billy Doran has stolen second. Billy Hatcher faked at bunting the ball to cover for his base stealer. The throw not in time, a stolen base. 8 out of 9 in the series for the Astros.
Billy Doran now has picked up his 2nd stolen base. He is 2 for 3. He's been the only one thrown out.
And the Astros successful on 8 out of 9. Billy Doran led the club during the year with steals. He had 42. Gary Carter out to talk to Bobby Ojeda. He's in a bear-down situation, a runner in scoring position, at a 2-0 count on the hitter. Ground ball hit slowly. It's going to be hard to get him. No play. Infield hit. Throw back to third. And he's out at third. Out at third base. Billy Doran is out on a brilliant thinking play by Ray Knight. He came racing in. He fielded the ground ball. He had no play at all at first base. He whirled and he threw to Santana, who covered at third, and they get Doran, who'd rounded the bag and could not get back. Was that a play or was that a play?
Great mind on Santana. Had the presence of mind to go over and cover, and you would never have expected a throw. Santana was right on the bag because the runner had turned only about 2 steps, and they still got him.
Marvelous play by both Ray Knight and Rafael Santana. In the Astrodome, Lee Mazzilli has come out. He's going to pinch hit for Bobby Ojeda. So Ojeda will leave the game for a pinch hitter. Bobby Ojeda pitching 5 innings, allowed 3 runs, 5 hits, walked 2, and struck out 1. Magnificent infield defense helping Bobby Ojeda. It could have been worse. Bobby, a magnificent pitcher all year. He was 18-5, a playoff victory. But in the game here today, did not have his early magic. Was hit hard, and Keith Hernandez made 2 brilliant plays, stealing away a couple of base hits. And that last play, Knight and Santana getting Billy Doran at third. It was a beautiful play to watch. Lee Mazzilli as a pinch hitter, 1 for 4 in postseason play. Rick Aguilera is getting ready in the New York Mets bullpen. As a switch hitter will bat right against Bob Knepper. Now this was the inning the Mets caught up with Bob Knepper at Shea Stadium on Saturday. The veteran left-hander delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Houston had a 4-0 lead going into the 6th inning last Saturday. In the 6th inning, the Mets scored 4 and tied the game. Big hit of the inning was a 3-run homer by Darryl Strawberry. Houston then regained the lead with an unearned run. Mets won the game in the 9th on that big home run by Dykstra. The windup by the left-hander, the pitch on the way. Strike call to the inside corner. And Mazzilli not liking that call. Maz was stepping away thinking it was going to be inside. Rocklander said it caught the inside corner. Nobody on, nobody out. Top of the 6th inning. Breaking ball inside low. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Lee Mazzilli. Mookie Wilson on deck, and then Kevin Mitchell. Houston 3 runs on 5 hits. New York no runs and only 1 hit of Santana single. Swing and a miss. Good fastball. Fans Mazzilli. 5 strikeouts for Bob Knepper. That's the best fastball he's thrown in the ballgame.
There were 2 of them right there to Mazzilli that were as hard as anything he's thrown today. He went away from the off-speed pitches on Maz, and against a pinch hitter, good idea. Pinch hitter's a little cold coming off that bench.
1 out and nobody on. Top of the order now for Mookie. Very cold series so far for Mookie. 2 for 20. Drew a walk his last time up. Knepper's only walk. Swing and a foul tip. No play. Strike 1. Buddy Harrelson coaching third. Bill Robinson at first. They have not been able to wave a lot of people around during this LCS. The Astro pitching has been dominating. Met pitching has been right there. Otherwise, the Mets would not be leading 3-2. And the pitch on the way inside. Houston pitching has been more headline grabbing because of the tremendous number of strikeouts. 14 by Mike Scott in 1 game, 12 by Nolan Ryan in yesterday's ball game. Ryan did not win. Jesse Orozco was the winner. 1-1 delivery. Strike call to the outside corner at the knees. The Astros already have established the League Championship Series record in strikeouts. 5 for Knepper here today. They have 51 in the 6 ball games.
That ties the Major League mark set last year.
In a 7-game series.
7-game series.
1-2 on Mookie Wilson. Ground ball hit down to third. It'll be fielded by Phil Garner. The throw intact. 2 down. Let's still have only 1 hit, a Rafael Santana single. Kevin Mitchell is 0 for 2. He has grounded to third and been struck out. Mitch hit 277 during the regular season. He had a very strong first half of the year. They were getting a book on him and pitching him a lot tougher the second half of the year, which is not surprising when you're a rookie ball player. He'll have adjustments to make. He has talent. You feel that he will make them. His teammates call him World. As the world turns, Kevin Mitchell, powerfully built right-hand batter. Pitched by Bob Knepper. Look out, inside. That was close. 1 ball and no strikes.
Mitch has a good work ethic. He'll take a lot of extra BP, and he listens. He wants to learn. Get that kind of a young ball player, and he will learn.
He will get better. He's going to be a good one. The 1-0 delivery. Foul ball back on the screen. 1 ball and 1 strike. And if the Astros win today, Game 7, the decisive game, is tomorrow night. First pitch at 8:20. We would join you at 8:05 tomorrow night with the pregame show. Mets will fly home if there is a game tomorrow night, one way or the other when the ball game is over. Either happy or unhappy. Waiting on a 1-1 delivery. Breaking ball, a strike on the inside corner. You know, the Mets have already won 111 baseball games. 108 during the regular season. 3 so far in postseason. When they won their World Championship in '69, counting the postseason victories, they had 108 victories. This team has 111. The 1-2 pitch. Outside, Mitchell lays off. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Infield deep against Kevin. The outfield is deep and a stride to left. We've had a lot of great plays on the infield, but because the pitching for both teams has been so strong, not too many great outfield plays. Now the windup by Nepper and the pitch on the way. Line drive hit toward the middle. Backhand play. Doran throws. He's out. Another good one. Billy Doran capturing a line drive on the first hop with a backhand stab. Throwing to first base and the Mets are gone. Another good play on the infield. No runs, no hits, nobody left. In the middle of the 6th inning in the Astrodome, Houston 3 and New York nothing. Rick Aguilera on to pitch in relief now for New York. His second relief appearance in the League Championship Series. And while Aguilera is getting warmed up on the mound, we pause for station identification on the New York Mets Baseball Network.
It's the Longines Watch Timeout. See the Longines 1000 at major jewelers, Brooklyn, Queens, and Long Island. You are listening to the Mets and Astros on Sports Radio 1050 WHN, New York.
WHN is your World Series ticket station.
Bob Murphy with Gary Thorne. The home 6th inning, the Astros will be batting against Rick Aguilera. Aguilera relieved for Ron Darling. In the game the Mets came from behind to win. That was in the game Darling started against Bob Nepper. He hurled 2 scoreless innings. He has a big job to do here right now. If the Mets entertain any hopes of pulling this one out, they cannot let the Astros do any more scoring. So it's a very important relief job for Rick Aguilera. Aguilera, a 10-game winner as a starting pitcher during the regular season. He'll be contending with the middle of the Houston batting order. Phil Garner, Glenn Davis, and Kevin Bass. Garner doubled in a run in the opening inning. He drove in the first of the 3. Strike call to the inside corner at the knees. Crowd again getting on Freddie Brocklander. He doesn't deserve a lot of abuse. Now the windup and the pitch by Aguilera. Swing and a miss. Oh, he really had some velocity on that pitch. And a 2-strike count to Phil Garner. Old Scrap Iron, a platoon player this year for the first time, probably has helped him a lot. Kept him strong all year long. Platooning with Denny Walling. Late swing and a foul going upstairs. No play. When you combine the RBIs of Denny Walling and Phil Garner, they got marvelous run production out of their third base position.
Real good platoon setting at third and shortstop. Production all around that side of the infield.
2-strike delivery. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Good hard slider thrown by Aguilera. He fans Phil Garner one away. I don't think I ever saw Aguilera look any better than he did in striking out Phil Garner.
It's like he's come out to air it out. He's just throwing hard, as a reliever should. And, of course, he has been a starter most of the year, but he looks like a reliever in those pitches.
Well, he should air it out because he knows he won't be there more than a couple of innings. He'll come out for a pinch hitter when his turn at bat comes up. Now Davis is the batter. Swing and a ground ball hit down to third. Fair ball, base hit, going down the left field line and toward the corner. On his way to second, Davis, standing with a double. That ground ball went right over the third base bag. Then rolled in foul territory down toward the corner. Mitchell did a good job. He had to worry about whether that ball would kick off that sidewall and come out toward left field. He did not let it escape from him.
Houston holding the advantage in the extra base hit department, which can add up the runs. They picked up 4 doubles in the series now, a triple and 3 home runs. The New York Mets, 4 doubles and 4 home runs.
Now 1 out and 1 on, but the runner is in scoring position. That is Glenn Davis. Davis, who had 31 homers and 101 RBIs on the season, And the hitter is Kevin Bass. He led them in hitting. Outside, it is ball one. Kevin Bass has walked and bounced out. He is 0 for 1. He was hung up and tagged out of the attempted suicide squeeze in the first inning of the ballgame. Now the pitch on the way. Ground ball back to the mound. Aguilera has it. Holds the runner. Throws to Hernandez. 2 down. Good fielding job by Aguilera. He jumped up, grabbed the bouncer, spun around, took a look to freeze Davis, and then threw the hitter out. Jose Cruz coming up. Gary Carter going to the mound now to talk to Rick Aguilera. Last of the 6th inning. Houston 3, New York nothing. The Astros got 3 runs on 4 hits in the very first inning. Since then, they've had no runs and only 2 hits. Meanwhile, the Mets have been held to 1 hit. And you'll recall in yesterday's ball game, going to the 12th inning, the Mets had only 2 hits. So they just have not been able to break through against the strong Astro pitching so far. Right now, Aguilera with a job to do, trying to get by Jose Cruz. Now the pitch, and a ground ball hit hard, fielded by Ray Knight. He straightens up, throws to Hernandez. That retires the side. So the Astros are gone. No runs, a double, and a man left on. And at the end of 6 in Houston, Texas, Astros 3 and Mets nothing. To go at the Astrodome, and Gary Thorne, the New York Mets, are 3 runs behind.
Houston pitching staff continues to roll as the starters, just as predicted, so long as you don't get into the Houston bullpen, you're in real trouble. And the starters for Houston have prevented New York from getting into that pen by the performance that they have put on in these ball games. First, the first one, a shutout, 1-0. New York came back with that 5-1 win against Nepper in Game 2. Then the only game where he had a lot of runs scored, that 6-5 New York win in Game 3. Houston winning 3-1 in Game 4, and then the Mets 2-1 in that 12-inning ball game yesterday. So you were talking about low-scoring, outstanding pitching kind of baseball. Keith Hernandez will lead it off.
As you point out, 2 out of the 3 victories have come against the bullpen.
Yep. Keith Hernandez will be followed by Gary Carter and Darryl Strawberry. Hernandez has been called out on strikes and flied to center. 6 hits and 21 times up in the series. Keith batted .310 during the course of the season. The delivery by Bob Nepper is a curve swung on and foul tip, strike 1. He has used that curve ball against the lefties hard and mostly off speed. He throws that real slow curve that bends in on the left-handed batters tonight, and he had this afternoon, and he had Keith Hernandez called out on strikes in the first inning on that pitch. 3 runs, 6 hits for the Astros, no runs, and 1 single by Santana in the 3rd inning for New York. The delivery to Hernandez, look out, that knocks him off the plate. Good idea. Nepper's going to use that curveball against left-handers. He wants to drive him back a little bit, and he did on Hernandez that time as the count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike. Keith is going to stand out against him for a while, trying to break the rhythm of Bob Nepper, who right now is in a golden groove. 1-1 count, nobody on. Left-hander winds and delivers. Swung on, a ground ball to second base. Doran right at him. Makes the play to first. And down. Bob Nepper has made this look easy. 5 strikeouts, 1 walk. He's had his share of fly balls and ground outs, but right at people. The Mets have not been able to tag the baseball hard on him and cannot get that leadoff man on base. They have not in this game. Gary Carter 0 for 2 is flied out to right field. Hit one fairly well, the other shallow. Carter, 2 hits and 24 times up. He is 0 for 5 now against Nepper in the series. Gary hit 225, 255 rather on the season. 105 runs batted in for him. Breaking ball in the outside corner, strike called. Nepper right on the money. Gary with a career batting average of only .208 here in the Astrodome. 5 home runs hit here. Pitch is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Houston Astros trying to send this into Game 7 tomorrow night. They can pick the win up here this afternoon. Nepper will take a little too long for Gary Carter, who will move on to the batter's box. Ojeda leaving after 5 innings, charged with the 3 runs on 5 hits. Struck out 1 and walked 2, making way for Aguilera. 1-1 delivery, swung on, hit in the air to left strike center field. Moving back, Hatcher, the center fielder. He's got it. Hit the ball hard. Up in the air, and Hatcher had plenty of time to get underneath it in center. 2 down. 2 away, nobody on, and it'll bring up Darryl Strawberry.
Boy, he is in such a groove right now. He now has retired 12 straight batters.
Darryl Strawberry has struck out and grounded out 0 for 2. 4 for 19. Lefty against lefty. The pitch to him swung on and fouled off in a curveball. Strike 1. Darryl Strawberry, who right now, arguably, in a strong argument, may be the MVP in the series right now. Ironic that he has struck out 11 times and 19 times to the plate. Swung on and missed. Ooh, he went after an off-speed curveball and was way out in front of it. Great pitch by Bob Knepper. 3-0 Astros leading, 2 down, top of the 7th inning. Knepper ready, the 0-2 delivery. Up high. Mets are going to have to step out on him. Knepper right now can't wait to get the baseball back to the plate. He feels so good about things, he can't wait to throw it. 1-2 count. Fans roaring for a strikeout. Here's the 1-2 delivery. He got it. Strike 3 call. Again, he pulled Strawberry with a straight pitch right down the middle. Second time Strawberry's been called out. 6 strikeouts for the Houston Astros, and that's a new all-time record for strikeouts in a league championship series. They now have 52. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning, 3-0 Astros. We have a special birthday that we want to remember today, Bob Murphy.
Indeed we do. We want to send happy birthday wishes to Gene Cohen, Administrative Assistant to General Manager Frank Cashin. Happy birthday to Gene Cohen.
One organization, there's always somebody who really runs it.
Absolutely. Gene Cohen is a very bright lady, really knows the baseball administration business, and is working right at the side of General Manager Frank Cashin.
Happy birthday, Gene. We go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Houston Astros leading here by a score of 3-0. Alan Ashby, the catcher, switch hitter, batting left-handed now. Ashby is 0 for 2. Aguilera delivers inside for a ball. Aguilera did not face the Houston Astros during the course of the regular season. As Bob said, has made 1 appearance in relief, giving up 1 unearned run. Only 1 hit in 2 innings work. The delivery swung on, hit hard to second, but right at Tuffle on the ground. He's up with it over to Keith Hernandez. 1 down. Alan Ashby retired. All of the runs scored in the first inning of this game. And the Houston Astros hit Bobby Ojeda hard, getting 3 runs on 4 hits. Since then, it has been all pitching. The Astros have stranded only 3, and the Mets only 2. They've only had base runners on in the 3rd inning of this game. They did that with a Santana single and a walk to Mookie Wilson. That has been it. Nobody else has been on base for New York. Dickie Thorne, right-handed batter, takes it inside, ball 1. Bob Knepper has now struck out 6 and walked. Only 1 batter. Aguilera working in his 2nd inning of relief. 1-0 pitch to Thorne, swung on and fouled back into the screen. 1 ball and 1 strike.
You know, normally, Gary, you'd say, well, this is Aguilera's last inning. If the Mets get anybody on, he's due a turn at bat. But the way left-hander Bob Knepper is pitching, they haven't been getting anybody on.
Unbelievable. A very clean scorecard. 1-1 count. Aguilera's delivery. Swung on and missed. Foul tipped it out of the mid of Gary Carter. Thorne unable to hold up. Takes the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Remember, Bob Knepper is working on 3 days rest. He's not working on a 5-day rest period. You'd never know it. Bobby Ojeda started the game with a full 5 days between starts. But Knepper's throwing as though he's in a regular rotation situation. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 down. 3-0 Astro lead. 7th inning. A ball game that is flying along here in the Astrodome. Aguilera getting the sign from Gary Carter. Winds and 1-2 pitches down low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Aguilera getting through the past inning without giving up a run. The New York Met relievers now have gone in the series 11 innings without giving up a run. But in this ball game, 3 in the first inning is the difference. 2-2 delivery. That's outside, and the count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Dickie Thorne will be followed by Bob Knepper, the pitcher, waiting with the jacket on in the on-deck circle. 1 away. Right-hander Aguilera into the windup. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swung on right back into the glove of Aguilera. Line drive on his glove side. He just reached out and hauled it in, and there are 2 down. Bob Knepper will get a great hand as he comes to the plate. 0 for 1 and a walk. Standing O by the home crowd. 2 down and nobody on, and deservedly so for Bob Knepper. Knepper, left-handed batter as he throws. The pitch to him, swung on and missed. Strike 1.
If the Astros win today, it comes up exactly the way Hal Lanier would have wanted it. Game 7, and Mike Scott ready.
Ready to make his 3rd start, and he has been virtually perfect against New York.
Ron Darling is capable of shutting out anybody.
0-1 delivery, swung on, hit in the air to right field. Right at Darryl Strawberry. Pretty good shot. Called in, that's it. Good inning for Rick Aguilera. He retires the side in order. We've completed 7 at the Dome. Astros leading the Mets 3-0. Houston Astros in National League Championship Series play over their 25-year history have won 2 and lost 3, both at home and on the road. They're trying to even that Dome record at 3-3 if they can get this win here, and they've got a 3-0 lead going to the 8th inning. Ray Knight, Tim Teufel, and Rafael Santana will be coming up for New York. Rick Aguilera will be scheduled up 4th in the order. New York Mets will get the bullpen going as Roger McDowell will begin to throw in case they do get to Aguilera. The Mets can get somebody on. New York Mets have not had a base runner since the 3rd inning, and the 3rd inning was the only time they've had a base runner. In that inning, a single by Santana with 1 down and a walk by Mookie Wilson. The New York Mets have not had a base runner beyond second base in this ball game. Seems though we have said that a lot during this series against Houston pitching. Astros also are going to get their bullpen ready just in case here in the 8th inning. Knepper working on the 3-day rest. Ray Knight has grounded out twice, 0 for 2 in this one, 3 for 20 in the series. Ray, a .298 hitter during the season, will try and get the first leadoff Walker hit. Takes the pitch down low, ball 1 on a curve. Ray Knight, of course, played here in Houston and has hit well against his former team. The delivery to him, strike call, fastball in the inside corner. Ray's trying to work a walk out here. Kind of scrunched up on that pitch that came in on him, but it was on the inside corner at the letters. Wind up in the delivery, a breaking ball missing up high, and the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. 3-0 Astro lead, 8th inning. This ball game has flown along. Magnificent pitching after that first inning by both Ojeda and Knepper and Aguilera in the 2 innings that he's worked. Delivery swung on, a chopper hit the short. Dickie Thorne plays the big hop. The rifle to first base, 1 down. While there isn't a lot of talk about it, there is nothing wrong with this infield of the Houston Astros, especially the arms over there on the left side. Thorne, Reynolds at shortstop. Garner, Walling at third base. All 4 of them can really rifle the baseball. They don't make many mistakes defensively. Timmy Teufel coming up. Timmy looking for his first hit of the series, 0 for 5. All 5 at-bats have been against Bob Knepper. Pitch by Knepper is a fastball for a strike called. He continues to get ahead of just about everybody. 1 down, nobody on here in the 8th inning. Delivery to Teufel's a breaking ball that misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bob Knepper, who's worked quickly the whole game, delivers, swung on a ground ball. That's going to be into center field, a base hit. The Mets have their second hit of the game. Timmy Teufel, a single out of the reach of Dickie Thorne. And the Mets have a runner on at first base, and Santana coming up. With Aguilera scheduled up next, Lenny Dykstra has come out in the on-deck circle.
Santana being allowed to hit because he has the only other hit.
Singled in the third inning and grounded out. He is 1 for 2. One down. Infield will play for the double play right here. The delivery is the breaking ball that misses up high. Knepper, I think, has already thrown more pitches in this inning than he has in any other, even in the second. The bullpen now will begin to work in earnest down there. The delivery is a strike call on the outside corner. Jim Deshaies, left-hander, is up and throwing. He has not been involved in play yet.
Danny Darwin, a right-hander, is also up. They had Darwin up a moment ago. They may have switched off down to Smith. Let's see.
The delivery is swung on a chopper towards short. Played by Thorne to the bag. One relay. First. Double play. Bob Knepper skipping in towards the dugout. Pounds the glove on his front leg as he gets out of the inning. A double play, 6-3. No runs ahead. Nobody left. Jim Deshaies and Danny Darwin, left-hander and right-hander, will continue to throw in the pen, but right now Bob Knepper on the verge of shutting out the New York Mets for the second time in this series. And the New York Mets, of course, during the course of the year went so long without being shut out and ended up being shut out only 4 times in the whole year. The Astro pitching staff trying to do it twice in this series.
You know, to me, Gary, the League Championship Series, for sheer excitement, outstrips the World Series. Here you have the American League, the Red Sox and the Angels, going to the 7th game tonight. It's beginning to look very much like the Mets and Astros will go to the 7th game.
It's almost like the World Series is fun. When you get there, you've done it, it's fun. The League Championship Series is damn hard work.
It really is.
Rick Aguilar ready to go. The delivery is a fastball missing down low. Ball 1. Top of the order, Billy Doran up. He has singled and 3 times up. Doran now has picked up 5 hits, 23 times to the plate, 276 during the year. Aggie's delivery swung on, hit down the left field line, no play. Mets will have bullpen action going as well. Doug Sisk, the right-hander, and Randy Neiman, the left-hander, up and throwing. Al Lanier standing in the dugout. 3 outs away from sending this ball game to Game 7 of the National League Series.
If we go to Game 7, it might very well mean that Dwight Gooden will go to the bullpen.
He said, of course, he will do whatever is necessary, and that may be exactly what they'll do. Aguilar's delivery, look out, foul back as he had to get down and away, and a fastball coming in on him. Billy Doran, went down. The bat hit the ball as he was falling away. 1-2 count, nobody out. 3-0 Astro lead. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. The series, New York leading it 3-2, but the Astros 3 outs away from tying it and sending it into the 7th game tomorrow night. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Swung on, and that hit umpire Fred Blocklander. That took him right on the mask. Winced him for a moment. He's all right. Gary Carter turned around to ask him. Blocklander took a hard foul ball that went right over Gary Carter's shoulder and hit him flush.
Gary Carter is a very considerate man. He immediately was concerned about Freddie Blocklander. He turned to see if he could help him out.
Blocklander says he's all right.
Boy, that umpiring profession is a tough one. Any umpire who's been around for 8 or 10 years usually has had operations on his knees, broken shoulder bones.
1-2 delivery is outside, 2-2. Had the Eagle repaired about a half dozen times before you grew the alligator skin.
You know, if you think players need the offseason, what about the umpires?
Oh.
They really need it.
2-2 count. Here's the delivery. Swung on a ground ball to second. Double to his left has it. Makes the throw to Keith Hernandez, and there's one away. Billy Doran retired. Hatcher coming up with Garner on deck.
Gary, this is the bottom half of the 8th inning. This game now is only an hour and 45 minutes old.
Could have a ball game lasting under 2 hours potentially here. Well, the old adage used to be in writing, I would have written you a nicer letter, but I wrote a longer one since I didn't have time, and I think that's true in baseball.
Isn't it, though?
Good baseball can be played very quickly. It's when things get sloppy that the hours start mounting up. 1 down, nobody on. Billy Hatcher batting second in the order. Pitch to him is swung on, grounded to third, Knight in close. Plays it on the short hop over to first, 2 down. Aguilar, as true with the other Met relievers, doing an excellent job out of the pen. Let's pause right here. for station identification on the New York Mets Baseball Network.
It's the Longines Watch Timeout. See the Longines 1000 at Saks Fifth Avenue, select stores only. You're listening to the Mets and Astros on Sports Radio 1050 WHN New York.
WHN is your World Series ticket station.
Astro crowd abuzz. Gary Thorne and Bob Murphy with you from the Astrodome. 3-0 Astro lead. 2 down and nobody on in the 8th. Bill Garner coming up. He right now has the game-winning RBI. Denny Walling will come on and pinch hit for him as Garner was due up. Walling, the pinch hitter, left-handed batter. Delivery to him is a ground ball to second base, played by Tuffle over to first, and that'll do it. The Mets have 3 outs to go, but they're going to go to the 9th inning with a score. Astros 3, Mets nothing. 45,718 the paid attendance, with some empty seats here at the Astrodome. Those who are here are almost to a 1 are standing as we go to the 9th. The People Express team of airlines with their low prices. You can enjoy away games from the stands instead of your sofa. The New York Mets have been held to 2 hits and no runs in this ball game, and Bob Nepper on 3 days rest is trying to win a complete game shutout. Bob Murphy has been nothing short of Mike Scott and Nolan Ryan all over again.
The headline story of the League Championship Series has been the Astros starting pitching. Mike Scott won the first game 1-0. Scott got Houston's second victory 3-1. Nepper is ahead 3-0 as we go to the 9th inning. Mets have had only 2 hits, a single by Santana in the 3rd, and a single by Tuffle in the 8th inning. Dave Smith, the Astros' ace reliever, is on call in the bullpen. Earlier, Danny Darwin and Jim DeShays, the 4th and 5th starters, warmed up. But now that we're in the 9th inning, it'll be Dave Smith up in the bullpen. Time call by Doug Harvey. Apparently something is loose on the field. He wants a streamer removed that is down in the left field corner. Also warming up now for the Astros, veteran right-hander Larry Anderson. Anderson is very good at getting out a left-hand hitter. Even though he's a right-hand pitcher, he throws a screwball. Now the windup and the pitch to Dykstra, swing and a miss. Bob Nepper has walked only 1. He had retired 14 in a row when Tuffle had a 1-out single in the 8th inning. Mets had only 2 hits going into the 12th inning at Shea in yesterday's ball game. They won that game on a great hit by Gary Carter. Now the pitch on the way. Strike ball. Len Dykstra batting for Rick Aguilera. Beautiful relief job by Aguilera. 3 innings, he allowed no runs, only 1 hit. The Mets bullpen has been perfect in the series. 13 innings without giving up an earned run. Now Dykstra behind on the count, 2 strikes. It was Dykstra who provided the Mets with a 9th inning home run victory. Now the pitch on the way, a little bit wide. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mookie Wilson on deck, and then Kevin Mitchell. Mets have had only 2 hits. Game 7 would be tomorrow night. The pitchers would be Ron Darling and Mike Scott. Now the 1-2 delivery. And a high fly hit the right center field, pretty deep. On the run. Hatcher can't reach it. Base hit bouncing off the wall. Dykstra around second, racing for third. He's in standing with a triple. Dykstra, a 3-base hit. He really burned the center fielder, Billy Hatcher. Hatcher started after the ball, not running full speed, as though he knew he would be able to come in under it. At the last moment, he realized it was going to carry. He turned on the speed. He just couldn't get there.
And he has got speed. That ball went 1 step short of the warning track before it came down on the fly. That's the first base runner the Mets have had to third in this ball game.
Pinch hitter Len Dykstra, a 3-base hit. That is the 3rd hit for New York. They won a game in the 9th inning against the Astros in the 3rd game of the series. Now Mookie standing in. Mookie 0 for 2 and a walk. The pitch on the way. A strike called in the outside corner. What a job of pinch hitting by Len Dykstra. He got under it and he hit it a ton over the head of Billy Hatcher, the center fielder. Nepper, the left-hander, in the stretch. And the pitch on the way. Strike call. And very quickly, he's out in front on Mookie Wilson. Mookie 2 hits in 21 times at bat in the series. Mookie batting right-handed. Kevin Mitchell is on deck. Infield back, the Astros have a 3-run lead. And the pitch on the way. And a soft line drive to second. Base hit. It can't be reached by a jumping second baseman, Billy Doran. Dykstra in to score. It's 3-1. The tying run, Mitchell, will be coming to bat. That turned out to be a base hit. He was jammed. He hit a soft line drive. Billy Doran leaped as high as he could. He thought he was going to be able to catch it. And it was just over his fingertips and dropped into shallow right field.
He misplayed that ball. He came in about 3 steps, then realized the ball was over his head and hit right off the top of his glove. Had he stayed back, it would have been an easy play for him.
Yeah, he came in about 2 or 3 quick steps, then tried to go back and had to jump. Now the pitch to Kevin Mitchell. Up high, it is ball 1. So very quickly, a run is in. It is now 3-1. Mitchell is the tying run at bat. Mookie Wilson, a very fast runner, is on first. Larry Anderson and Dave Smith are in the Astro bullpen. Nepper is ready. And the pitch on the way. Ground ball hit slowly towards third. Walling will cut it off. The throw to first in time for the out. Mookie Wilson moves over to second. Keith Hernandez will be coming up. Mets are trailing 3-1. Denny Walling throwing out Kevin Mitchell. Now the tying run is still coming to bat. Bear in mind that behind Keith Hernandez, you have Gary Carter. And Hal Lanier with his first uneasy moment. He is in no position to give Hernandez an intentional walk. To do so would put the tying run on first base. So Mookie Wilson on second and 1 down. 9th inning. Houston 3 and New York 1. Hernandez hitless in 3 times up. Keith leading the Mets in base hits in the League Championship Series. The pitch on the way. High and away, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to Hernandez. Gary Carter on deck, and then Darryl Strawberry. Mets came to bat in the 9th inning, shutout. They had only 2 hits. They have 2 already here in the 9th inning, and they have a run in. Nepper looking into Alan Ashby. The outfield just about straight away against Keith Hernandez. Left-hander against left-hander, the pitch. Inside and low, 2 balls and no strikes to Keith Hernandez. Larry Anderson and Dave Smith, 2 right-handers, staying ready in the bullpen. They're both ready if needed.
Lanier reluctant to go to that bullpen. His best reliever, Dave Smith, has not done well at all against New York.
He does not have Charlie Kerfeld up here today. Now the stretch by the left-hander, Bob Nepper. The pitch. And a foul ball hit off the end of the bat, coming back into the crowd, no play. 2 balls and 1 strike on Keith Hernandez. Dykstra, as a pinch hitter, opened with a triple. Fly ball hit deep to right center over the head of Billy Hatcher. And then Mookie Wilson, being jammed on a pitch, muscled a soft line drive over a jumping Billy Doran for a base hit to drive a run in. Now they want Jim Deshaies, who's normally a starting pitcher, to start throwing in the Astro bullpen. They want to have him ready for Darryl Strawberry, I imagine. The pitch. And a fly ball, well hit to right center. Billy Hatcher on the run, way back. Can't get it. Base hit. Over his head. Wilson around third. Mookie will score. 3-2, and the tying run on second. Keith Hernandez unloaded. A long line drive well over the head of Billy Hatcher. Mookie comes around to score. It is 3-2. The tying run on second. Gary Carter will be coming up, and then Darryl Strawberry. A pitching change will be made. Dave Smith is coming on in relief.
Oh, what an inning for the New York Mets, and what a conclusion. No matter what happens in this game, Nepper's going to leave. He'll get a great hand. He is obviously upset with himself. Tips his cap, holds it up to the Astro fans. Teammates will meet him, but boy, he wanted to put this ball game away, and the Mets would not allow him to do it. Ran out of steam, apparently, here in the 9th inning as he started getting the pitches up in the strike zone for the first time in the game. The New York Mets unloading. Lo and behold, a 3-0 ball game is suddenly 3-2.
And Gary Carter, who won the game in the 12th inning yesterday, will be hitting against the right-hander Dave Smith. He has made only 1 appearance in the series. It was not a good one at all. In a third of an inning, he gave up 2 runs and 2 base hits. Dave Smith, though, over the year, had one of the truly outstanding years by a relief pitcher in the National League. What a finish to this ball game. During the regular season, Dave Smith saved 33 ball games. The Cardinals' Todd Worrell led the league with 36. Jeff Reardon had 35, and Dave Smith had 33. Now he comes on. The tying run, Keith Hernandez, is on second. The hitter will be Gary Carter. Bear in mind that Jim Deshaies, a hard-throwing young left-hander, normally the number 4 starter for the Astros, has been cranking up in the bullpen. They might bring Deshaies in to face Darryl Strawberry. That we'll know in a few moments. But Dave Smith, the veteran right-hander, he's a sinker ball slider pitcher, is on in relief. And this Houston crowd that had been so up in such a celebrating mood, now you can almost hear a pin drop.
It was that close. I mean, they were right there knocking at the door, and they still are, but it's a whole different ball game.
Now we're ready to resume the play. Dave Smith is on. Bob Nepper out of the game after 8 1/3. He had a shutout. He allowed only 2 hits the first 8 innings. Mets in need of another base hit. Bear in mind here that the runner at second, Keith Hernandez, not terribly fast, on a single to either left or right field or even center field. It could be an awfully close play at the plate. Gary Carter has hit the ball hard today, but does not have a base hit. Carter is 0 for 3 and 2 for 25 of the series. Each of his 2 hits won a ball game for New York. Now Smith, the veteran right-hander, into his stretch. The pitch. High and away, a hard slider missing. 1 ball and no strikes. The infield playing Carter to pull. They're very deep. And around the left. The outfield is deep. Billy Hatcher over toward left center. That's sorely in need of 1 more hit to tie the ball game. Now the pitch on the way. And a fastball high, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Jim Deshaies has stopped throwing in the Houston bullpen. The left-hander has come into the dugout and is now sitting down. So apparently Hal Lanier has his man on the mound that he wants to be there. It'll be Dave Smith who will either close it out or lose it. Now the veteran right-hander looking into Ashby. Carter cocks the bat. The pitch. Fastball over a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. 1 man out. Hernandez on second. 2 runs are in. Mets trailing 3-2, 9th inning. Darryl Strawberry standing by in the on-deck circle. It was Carter who singled in the 12th inning yesterday off Charlie Kerfeld to win it for New York. Now the pitch on the way, foul back. 2 balls and 2 strikes. During the regular season, Dave Smith was in 54 ball games. He saved 33. In 56 innings, he allowed 39 hits. A lot of saves for 56 innings. Now to a man and a woman, they will be standing in the Astrodome. Gary Carter standing back out of the batter's box at the moment. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The tying run, Hernandez on second. 1 down in the 9th inning. Carter lashing the bat around. Now he cocks it off the right shoulder. The pitch on the way. Outside, ball 3. Oh, that was close to take. Looked like a hard slider that just missed. And a full count of 3-2 on Gary Carter. Darryl Strawberry will bat next, and then Ray Knight, if the Mets can keep the inning going. There are some Met fans here, but they're greatly outnumbered. 3-2 on Gary Carter. Hernandez takes the lead off second. Into the stretch, Dave Smith, the pitch. Foul back, no play. Back into the crowd, and the drama continues. 3-2 on Gary Carter. Carter has 2 game-winning RBIs. Len Dykstra has the other, accounting for the 3 New York Met victories. Carter yesterday singled off Charlie Kerfeld to bring home Wally Backman with a winning run in the bottom half of the 12th inning. Carter taking his time, trying to get relaxed. Now wags the bat around, cocks it off the right shoulder. Smith goes into the stretch. The pitch on the way. Ball 4. The lead run goes to first base. Darryl Strawberry will come up. So Carter walks on 3-2. Now Darryl Strawberry is coming up. Strawberry has saved the Mets from defeat twice in the series. He did so, and the game never started in New York, with a 3-run homer that tied the game at 4. He did so yesterday with a home run off Nolan Ryan. Were it not for that home run, the Mets would have been shut out 1-0. Strawberry in the game today is 0 for 3. He has grounded out and struck out twice. Uneasiness in the big crowd in the Astrodome. That's trailing 3-2. Hernandez on second, Carter on first, Strawberry the hitter. The pitch. Strike call, the slider on the inside corner of the knees, upsetting Darryl Strawberry. Darryl did not like that call at all.
Tension unbelievable in the dugouts as well. Of course, the entire ball club up for the New York Mets, standing at the railing, wincing on every pitch.
Strawberry waiting. The 1-strike pitch. In the dirt. Good save by Ashby. Had that been a wild pitch, the tying run would have moved over to third, the lead run to second. Excellent save by the catcher, Alan Ashby. 1 ball and 1 strike to Darryl Strawberry. In the outfield, the Astros are very deep. Past the right fielder, Billy Hatcher, the center fielder, is over into right center field. Now Smith looking into Alan Ashby. Takes too much time, and Strawberry will break the tension by calling time and stepping back for a moment. 1 ball, 1 strike to Darryl. The pitch on the way. Way inside. He had to jackknife to get away from that one. That is 2 balls and a strike. Nothing going in the Astro bullpen. They will go with their relief ace, the blonde right-hander Dave Smith. Ashby now setting the target. Way inside, ball 3. That almost hit Darryl Strawberry. He barely got away from that. And now Hal Lanier is becoming concerned, and Larry Anderson will go down quickly to the bullpen. He warmed up earlier so he could be ready in a moment's notice.
Well, he's missing by a lot. You got to believe that the Mets hitting him so hard really bothers him, because it looks like he's trying to overthrow.
Right here on 3-1, Strawberry will be looking for a pitch that he can drive. The pitch on the way, and a foul ball straight back. He went after it. Smith had to come into that strike zone. He did. Strawberry fouled it off. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Darryl Strawberry. The Mets do not have speed on the baselines, so the runners will not be going. Or at least I don't think so. 3-2 on Darryl Strawberry. This crowd having more than can bear right now. Everybody standing in the Astrodome. Now the stretch. The pitch. And a high drive foul. Oh, deep down the line. 1.5 miles into the nest atop upper deck. What a shot by Strawberry. A foul ball. He must have hit that thing 500 feet.
5 levels up. A good 8 rows back near one of the ramps and the next to the upper deck.
Incredible swing and hit by Strawberry, but it was foul. It's 3-2 on Darryl Strawberry. The pitch. Ball 4. The bases are loaded. Ray Knight will be coming up. Now the tying run is 90 feet away at third base. The lead run, Gary Carter, is on second. And I'm not at all surprised that he walked Darryl Strawberry after Strawberry hit that ball so far into the 5th level. Now, irony of ironies, Ray Knight is the batter. The man traded by the Astros to the New York Mets, standing in the 9th inning with a chance to climax an unbelievable comeback. Mets had been shut out on 2 hits coming into the 9th inning. Infield at double play depth. That's a danger. The outfield is straight away. Right-hander Dave Smith will be pitching to Ray Knight. Ray is 0 for 3. Now the stretch. The pitch. Strike call. Cut the outside corner. Knight fussing with Fred Brocklin. They're going to fuss on every pitch. The tension is so severe. On deck is Danny Heath. Danny would be coming up to bat for Timmy Tuffle. They have Larry Anderson, a right-hander, warming up. Bear in mind, he's all right pitching to left-hand hitters. He has that good screwball. And Knight standing outside of the batter's box. The bases are loaded. Mets trailing by 1 run, 3-2. 9th inning, 1 man down. Now Smith looking into Alan Ashby. Ray Knight waiting. The pitch to him. Swing and a foul back on the screen. And now Smith out in front on Ray Knight with a 2-strike count. Ray Knight, who's hitting now, and Danny Heath, who's on deck. Both traded to New York by the Houston Astros. Fred Brocklander coming around now to dust off the plate and give everybody a chance to relax just for a moment. Lenny Dykstra, a pinch hitter, tripled, leading off in the ninth. Mookie Wilson singled, scoring Dykstra. Then came a ground out, a long double by Hernandez, driving a run in. 2 walks, and the bases are loaded. Hernandez on third, Carter on second, Strawberry is on first. Waiting on a 2-strike delivery, the pitch. Outside low. Breaking ball missing, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mets needing that one more base hit. Now Smith will check it out with Alan Ashby. During the regular season, Ray Knight hit a strong .298. Infield straight away, looking for 2. The outfield is straight away. Hernandez with a short lead down the line at third, the pitch. Strike outside, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Oh, boy, Ashby and Knight are into it. Ashby said something to Ray Knight after that pitch, and they went face to face. As Ray Knight was letting him have it, Ashby must have said something about that being a strike. Hal Lanier's letting Fred Brocklander have it as he comes out to the mound, and Brocklander's going to go after Hal Lanier. And Thorne screaming now at short.
Boy, oh boy, the fuses are so short right now. If the Astros do not win this ball game, they'll be so uptight, and rightfully so. They thought they had it wrapped up. Hal Lanier is in an argument now with Fred Brocklander. Brocklander followed him all the way out to the mound because Lanier was yelling at Brocklander as he went to the mound to talk to Dave Smith. Now Brocklander is on his way back. The pitch taken by Knight was close, but it was low and outside. It evened the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So now Lanier goes out to talk to his relief ace, probably just trying to calm him down, make sure that he's concentrating on what he has to do.
You were talking about sticks of dynamite that were lit about 5 days ago, and they're all down to about the last 1/8 of an inch.
Now we are ready to resume. The count is 2-2 on Ray Knight. Bases loaded and 1 man down. Smith is ready. The pitch. Foul back, no play. Dave Smith is a sinker-slider pitcher. He's a ground ball out type pitcher. And therein lies the danger as the Astros set up that infield at double play depth. Ray Knight hoping to get the bat under the ball and get it into the air and get it to the outfield. A well-hit outfield fly could tie this ball game. Hernandez on third, Carter on second, Strawberry on first. Brocklander again will clean off home plate. Seems like Ray Knight has been standing there and just turned his bat for 5 minutes or more. Now into the stretch is Smith. The pitch. Fly ball, well hit to right center field. The game will be tied up. Hernandez tagging up. Ball caught by Kevin Bass. Hernandez will score. Tie ball game. Runners on second and third. Ray Knight has tied it up with a sacrifice fly to right center field. Bass, who has a strong arm, called off the center fielder and made the catch. And I'll tell you how far out it was hit. Far enough for every runner to move up a base. Now with 2 down. Runners are on second and third.
Ray Knight gets the big RBI that ties the game up in the Astros dugout in disbelief. Sitting down, Nipper, who had stayed up walking, heads back to the clubhouse, slamming the glove down, disbelieving that they have picked up 3 runs in the 9th inning, and it's not over yet.
And Wally Backman is going to be a pinch hitter now for Timmy Tuffle. Danny Heath had been on deck when Davy Johnson was looking for power, looking for that fly ball to the outfield to tie it up. Mets have tied the game with an incredible comeback in the 9th inning. They came into the 9th inning shut out on 2 base hits. 2 very harmless singles. But in the 9th inning, they've had a triple by Dykstra, a single by Mookie, a long double by Hernandez, and a long outfield fly. Now the hitter is Wally Backman. Santana is on deck. But if they decide to walk Wally Backman, you can bet that Danny Heath will be out to pinch hit. Backman platoons with Timmy Tuffle. Now Wally, who hit .320 during the season, will be standing in, and they will walk him. Backman will be walked intentionally. Good baseball by the Astros. It does give them a forced play at all 4 of the bases. Now Danny Heath has come back out with a bat. So Wally Backman is being given an intentional walk. The Mets have now battered around in the 9th inning. Danny Heath will be coming up. Danny did a good pinch hitting job for the Mets throughout the regular season. And irony of ironies, once again, another former Astro with a chance to put the New York Mets into the lead. Danny Heap, 9 for 30 as a pinch hitter during the season. Now he'll be batting for Rafael Santana. The bases are loaded, 2 men down, top of the 9th inning. The game tied 3-3. Roger McDowell is warming up in the Mets bullpen. The pitch on the way. Strike call, a fastball on the outside corner. Now Gary Carter is the leading run at third. Darryl Strawberry on second. Wally Backman on first. Breaking ball knee-high, a strike call. And Dave Smith very quickly has a 2-strike advantage on Danny Heap. The Mets appeared to be completely out of this ball game. Shut out, only 2 hits over the first 8 innings. Suddenly exploding, as they have done many times all year long. Heap is waiting the pitch. Outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Larry Anderson continues to work in the Astro bullpen. If we go to the bottom of the 9th inning, and we certainly will, it's a question of what the score will be. Roger McDowell will be in the game. Danny Heap cocks the bat, up high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now, Dave Smith walked Gary Carter. He walked Darryl Strawberry. He cannot afford to give another walk. He walked Wally Backman. That was intentional. Bases loaded and 2 down. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Danny Heap. And the pitch on the way. Outside high, ball 3. Full count, 3-2. He had a 2-strike advantage. Now it is a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. If he walks Danny Heap, Gary Carter comes in to score. The Mets would be in front. Waiting on the stretch now by the right-hander, Dave Smith. Danny Heap is the batter. The pitch. Outside foul ball. He half swing. He just barely ticked it. So Danny Heap stays alive on that one. He just barely got his bat on it. Wasted it away. It came to the backstop.
Pretty good pitch that time. He turned one over, it looked like, on Danny Heap. Had that ball breaking away. Probably would have been on the outside corner of the plate. Heap hesitating on the swing. Cued it off.
Now Danny once again spins the batter on Coxon. 3-2 delivery and a high pop foul. It'll be out of play. Coming back, landing on the screen behind the plate. Full count once again, 3-2. And the longer Danny can stay there and foul off that 3-2 delivery, the better his chances of getting that walk. That would give New York a 4-3 lead in the 9th inning. Mets have rallied, scoring 3, tying the ball game. All in the 9th inning. Now again, Doug Harvey calls time. A ball is loose. I want to tell you, these umpires are really on their toes. And in particular, the silver-maned Doug Harvey, the National League senior umpire. It's 3-2 on Danny Heap. 3 runners take a short lead. Now the pitch. And a foul ball back once again. 3-2, 3 times in a row, fouled off by Danny Heap. You talk about tension at baseball. Oh, the crowd here on the Astrodome, they're just holding their breath. Dave Smith walks down behind the mound. Has a new baseball. He can stand back there and rub it up for a moment or two. Try to get his concentration together. The duel here, Dave Smith and Danny Heap. Now the stretch. The pitch. And a swing and a miss, struck him out. He struck out Danny Heap. The game is tied in the middle of the 9th inning. So give Dave Smith credit. He made the big one. 4th time in a row, it was 3-2. He struck out Danny Heap. The inning is over. But a magnificent comeback by New York. The Mets scored 3 runs. There were 3 hits. 3 were left on base. The game is tied at 3. Roger McDowell on to pitch the bottom half of the 9th inning. Kevin Elster is now playing short. Wally Backman is playing second. Lenny Dykstra in center field. And Mookie Wilson has moved over to left field. For Roger McDowell, his second appearance. Roger has 2 scoreless innings behind him in the League Championship Series. That was really a miracle rally by the Mets. They had been completely stopped. They had not scored. They had only 2 singles in the first 8 innings. And it was Len Dykstra who got it going. As a pinch hitter against the left-hander, he tripled. Glenn Davis is the batter. The pitch by McDowell. Inside and low, ball 1. The Astro cleanup batter, Glenn Davis, at the plate. 2 hits in 3 times at bat. Now it will be all to no avail unless the Mets can hold the Astros. McDowell winding. And a ground ball hit toward third, handled by Ray Knight. A very long throw. He's out. One man down. Good play by Ray Knight on a very long throw. Good thing he was playing the line against Davis, and he was, and playing well behind the bag.
We've seen in this series why that's true. We've had a couple of extra base hits that have been taken away in the series in late innings because the corners have been playing right on top of the baseline. That was another one right there.
Now the hitter is Kevin Bass. Yesterday's game at Shea Stadium went 12 innings. Gary Carter knocked in the winning run in the 12th. We're at the bottom of the 9th inning here with the score tied. Pitch to Kevin Bass, a sinker that's low. 1 ball and no strikes. Now McDowell will check it out with Gary Carter. During the season, Roger was 14-9, 22 saves. At the knees, a strike called. Kevin Bass taking all the way on that. Bass, the number 5 hitter in the Houston batting order, having a very good series, 0 for 2 today, but 6 hits in 20 times at bat. Now Roger will wind, and the pitch on the way. Ground ball hit right at the shortstop. Kevin Elster up with it. The throw got him. Good play by the rookie shortstop, Kevin Elster. He picked that one clean off the rug, and that's exactly why Kevin Elster was put on the roster.
You know, the heart's beating 1,000 miles an hour for Kevin Elster out there, who hasn't had that much playing time coming up from Double-A ball. Good play on that one and a strong throw to first.
Now Jose Cruz will be the hitter. 1 hit at 3 times at bat. He drove a run home in the first inning. The Astros got all 3 in the first. The Mets got all 3 in the 9th. Low outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Boy, Lenny Dykstra has had such a hand in this series. Personally winning a game with a 9th inning home run, and then getting the triple to start the big rally here. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike on Jose Cruz. Jose hit .278 during the regular season. With a victory, the Mets could be flying home and awaiting the World Series. The 1-1 delivery, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Jose Cruz. Alan Ashby is the on-deck batter. That's 3 runs on 5 hits. The Astros 3 runs on 6 base hits. Now Carter setting a low target. And a fly ball hit the left field. Coming back is Mookie Wilson. Getting under it, makes the catch, and the inning is over. And McDowell gets the Astros 1-2-3 in the 9th inning. At the end of 9 in the Astrodome, New York 3 and Houston 3. Lenny Dykstra, the catalyst, the man who got it going with a pinch hit triple off of a left-hander, Bob Knepper, will be leading off now as we go to the 10th inning. Dykstra hit a booming triple far over the head of a speedy Billy Hatcher. Hatcher in the beginning was running as though he thought he had it all the way, and then realized it was carrying out of his reach. Ran as hard as he could, couldn't catch up. Now the pitch on the way. Outside high, it's ball 1. Lenny Dykstra stayed in the game after getting the triple, now leads off here in the 10th inning. Yesterday's game, 12 innings at Shea Stadium in New York, with Carter knocking in the winning run. The pitch on the way, that's high and outside.
I don't know how Dave Smith pitches against the rest of the league, but you look at the numbers and you knew he was fantastic. But when he faces New York, he does not look confident at all.
I thought he might walk Danny Heap when the count went to 3-2. Strike called, and it's 2-1 to Len Dykstra. They have Anderson up in the bullpen again, along with the left-hander. Would that be Jeff Calhoun?
Jeff Calhoun, yep.
Nobody on, nobody out. We're at the 10th inning of the Astrodome, and the game tied at 3. Now the pitch, fouled back on the screen and out of play. So it's 2-2 on Len Dykstra. Dave Smith came in, and he walked Gary Carter. Then after Strawberry hit one in the 5th level, he walked him. Ray Knight had a big one, a sacrifice fly that was a deep to right center. That brought home Keith Hernandez with a tying run. They walked Wally Backman, a pinch hitter, to load him up. But then Dave Smith, the 4th time on 3-2, struck out Danny Heap to retire the side. But the Mets had rallied to score 3 runs and tie the game in the 9th inning. They had gone to the 9th behind 3-0. They had only 2 hits. Dykstra measuring out his stroke, the pitch. Long foul fly into the crowd down the right field line. Count 2-2 on Lenny Dykstra.
Lenny Dykstra asked the home plate umpire to look at the baseball. Bill Robinson, at the end of the last inning, picked up the ball after Smith threw it down after getting the final out, took it into the dugout, showed Davy Johnson, said something to Lenny Dykstra on that last pitch, and had Lenny ask Brock Lander to look at it.
Count 2-2 as Alan Ashby provides the target. And the pitch on the way, outside high. Full count, 3-2 on Lenny Dykstra. Dykstra, a marvelous base runner. The little man they call Nails on the Mets ball club has excellent speed and is a good base stealer. Count has gone to 3-2 on Len Dykstra, leading off the top of the 10th inning. Mets one victory from the National League pennant. It looked like that was a full day away, and maybe not at all a few moments ago. Drive in the air to short left field. Coming in, Jose Cruz makes the catch, 1 down. Soft drive into shallow left, picked off by Jose Cruz, 1 away in the 10th inning. Now Mookie Wilson will come up. Mookie was hitless when he came to bat in the 9th inning. He was jammed, but he hit a soft line drive. Billy Doran came in a step, realized he couldn't have done that, tried to compensate by jumping into the air, couldn't get it. Base hit and an RBI for Mookie. Mookie hitting left-handed. And a high infield pop-up. Should be an easy play. Dickie Thon is under it waiting, makes the catch. 2 down.
Ironic that in a series where we've had the great defense, in the 9th inning, Houston would make not errors, but a couple of mistakes on judgment. That ball to center field that Dykstra hit, Hatcher thought he could get it, slowed down a little bit, didn't get a good jump. And then Billy Doran, who's just been magnificent at second base, misjudging that line drive that went over his head.
Now the rookie shortstop, Kevin Elster, will get his first at-bat. He's hitting in the number 2 position in the batting order. Keith Hernandez is out on deck. Right-hand hitter, Kevin Elster, waiting. Swing and a foul ball, no play. 2 outs and nobody on, top of the 10th. Game tied 3-3 in the Astrodome. Game went into the 9th inning and had only been going about an hour and 45 minutes. The Mets are happy to report that it slowed up considerably, as they rallied for 3 and sent 9 men to the plate. The veteran right-hander, Dave Smith, into his windup. Breaking ball strike on the inside corner of the knees. Good-looking pound ball that time thrown by Dave Smith. And the count is strike 2. Infield around the left to stride against Kevin Elster. Smith, a tall, blonde right-hander, is ready. Now the pitch on the way. Struck him out, swinging. Down in order in the 10th inning. For Dave Smith, his second strikeout. Mets are out 1-2-3 in their half of the 10th. In the middle of the 10th inning in the Astrodome, Mets 3, Astros 3. Last of the 10th inning, Roger McDowell pitching in relief. Rick Aguilera turned in 3 very good scoreless innings of relief. Alan Ashby leading off, last of the 10th. Outside low, it's ball 1. Houston has been a very difficult opponent for Roger McDowell last year and again this year. He lost the game in the bottom of the 9th inning here on a home run by Craig Reynolds. Line drive. Oh, snagged by Hernandez. McDowell slow getting over. Now he's there in time for the out. There is the 3rd fielding gem of the ball game by Keith Hernandez.
3 hits taken away. A couple of them probably were doubles. That ball would have been down the line. He had to go to his right. He was guarding the line. Came up with a short hop, taking the ball totally on his right side, then flipping over to McDowell for the out.
Boy, is he mad. He went into that dugout. He slammed that helmet down as hard as he could. He thought sure he was on with an extra base hit. Now here's some drama. Craig Reynolds has come out on deck to be a pinch hitter for Dickie Thon. We mentioned a moment ago that in the middle of the year, Roger lost a game. It was a game that Dwight Gooden started against Mike Scott. Scott had a shutout going to the 9th inning, 4-0. In the top of the 9th, the Mets rallied, scored 4 runs, tied the game. Then in the last of the 9th inning, Craig Reynolds hit a home run off McDowell to win that ball game for Houston. Now Reynolds is going to hit for Dickie Thon. Thon, a right-hand batter, Craig Reynolds, a left-hand hitter. 3-3, bottom half of the 10th inning. If Roger can get them out here in the 10th, the Mets will have the middle of their batting order coming up in the 11th inning. Aurelio Lopez, a veteran right-hander, is getting ready in the Astro bullpen. We'll probably have Terry Poole next as a pinch hitter. 1 out and nobody on. Beautiful play by Hernandez. Took a double away from Alan Ashby. Now McDowell starting his wind-up, the pitch. High and away, 1 ball and no strikes. crowd settling back now. They went through so much drama in the ninth inning. As the Mets rallied, coming from behind, 3-0 to tie the game. Now McDowell siding in. The pitch on the way. Hit hard. Foul down the right field line. Oh, that was ripped by Craig Reynolds. Hard line drive going down into the Houston bullpen. 1 ball and 1 strike.
McDowell will very seldom get a ball up in the strike zone, throwing that good sinking fastball. That one he did, though. That one hung above the letters. The kind of pitch that Reynolds hit out of there and home run you were just talking about. He got a good whack at that one.
Everybody moving around at that Astro dugout. The only person sitting quietly is Mike Scott. He's hoping he'll be on the mound tomorrow night for Game 7. If he's there, he'll be opposed by Ron Darling. 1 ball and 1 strike on Craig Reynolds. Gary Carter setting the target. Here's the pitch on the way. A little bit outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Craig Reynolds is the batter. Then Terry Poole will come up and bat for Dave Smith. Terry Poole is 2 for 2 in this series as a pinch hitter. McDowell with a 2-1 count on the left-hand hitter, Craig Reynolds. 2-1 delivery. Lined foul down the right field line, and again he ripped it down into the Astro bullpen, down the right field line. Oh, he's really sitting on that.
That ball ricocheted off the side of the stand so hard it went all the way out to center field. Lenny Dykstra had to go over and pick it up, throw it back in.
Well, Roger McDowell not getting that ball down the way he wants it to, or if he is, Reynolds has an uncanny ability for getting the bat under it. And the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on, bottom half of the 10th inning. Paid crowd of better than 45,000. They have seen a magnificent ball game, as the fans did yesterday at Shea Stadium. Mets finally winning that heartstopper in the 12th inning on a Gary Carter base hit. Ray Knight drove in the tying run in the 9th inning for New York. McDowell into his windup. Now the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Oh, big pitch by McDowell. After 2 line drives ripped foul, he got him with a great-looking sinker.
That one stayed down. That's where he wanted the pitch to be. Put that one down, started at the knees, ended up almost in the dirt when Gary Carter caught it. Reynolds had no chance to golf that ball.
Now here's Terry Poole. He had a pinch hit single yesterday. He's 2 for 2. He has been uncanny in League Championship Series competition. In postseason play, Terry Poole is hitting .571. 12 hits in 21 times at bat. And if Roger McDowell can get him out, Aurelio Lopez, who's been around pitching for about 20 years, breaking ball pitcher, will be coming in. And we'll go to the 11th inning. Now Roger winds. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Good sinker, low and outside. And a 1-strike count on Terry Poole. The Mets bullpen has not been scored on. They have not given up an earned run in the League Championship Series. This is now Game 6. McDowell looks into Carter. The infield a step to right. Foul ball back toward the Houston dugout. McDowell with a 2-strike count on the left-hand hitter, Terry Poole. Poole, an Astro regular until this year. Hamstring pull, sent him to the sideline. Billy Hatcher got a chance to play, played awfully well. So Hal Lanier decided to keep Terry Poole in his dugout for his pinch hitting expertise. He is a good one. McDowell slowing it down just for a moment. Now the windup by Roger, the pitch. Ground ball hit down to first, not an easy play. Hernandez to McDowell covering. He's out. We'll go to the 11th inning. And McDowell in relief has retired 6 in a row. Nothing across. At the end of 10 in the Astrodome, New York 3, Houston 3. In the Astrodome, as we go to the 11th inning, the Astros will have a new pitcher in the ballgame, Gary, but his name is not Aurelio Lopez.
Larry Anderson, who had been warming up earlier, is going to come out and do the job with the left-handers coming up here. Hernandez left, Carter right, then Darryl Strawberry. Anderson throws a screwball, so Lopez will continue to warm up, and Anderson, who had warmed up earlier, will come on and make the appearance against the New York Mets. Anderson has appeared in 2 innings in this series, giving up no runs and only 1 hit, striking out 2 and walking 1. Larry Anderson, 33-year-old right-hander, who had been with the Philadelphia Phillies, released and acquired during the season by the Houston Astros, will now go to the mound. Anderson did a good job in middle relief work, for the Houston Astros during the course of the regular season. All tied 3-3, top half of the 11th inning. Hernandez, Carter, and Strawberry. Hernandez delivered an RBI double in the big ninth inning as the Mets came from 3 runs down to tie the ball game up. Anderson's pitch. Hernandez takes it up high, ball 1. Anderson with Houston finished 2-1 in a save, 64 innings, 22 runs, 64 hits. Struck out 33 and walked 23. Now in for the second time here in this National League Series. 1-0 delivery. Hernandez taking it down low. And Hernandez goes ahead on the count here. 2 balls and no strikes. That's obviously would have loved to get that leadoff man on here and try and get that 1 run that would put them on top. They did not have a leadoff man on until Lenny Dykstra tripled in the 9th inning. Pitch is a strike, fastball. Hernandez is going to make him throw at least 1, 2 balls and 1 strike. Larry Anderson came on to pitch in game 2. The New York Mets won 5-1. Anderson, a couple of good innings. Came in for Nolan Ryan in that ball game. 2 ball, 1 strike count. He works out of the stretch. The delivery swung on and fouled back onto the screen. Anderson comes back to take the count even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bob Knepper, 8 1/3 innings, cruising along until the 9th inning. Giving up only 2 hits. Ran into trouble, charged with all 3 runs on 5 hits, walked 1 and struck out 6. The delivery 2-2 fouled off. It'll stay there. Bobby Ojeda started for New York. All 3 Astro runs came in the first inning. And they hit him up hard, and then he settled in. Pitched 5 innings, 3 runs, 5 hits. Rick Aguilera, 3 innings. McDowell now on in relief. In that first inning, Garner, Davis, and Cruz picked up the RBIs for Houston. New York Mets RBIs, Mookie Wilson with a single and Hernandez double, and Knight sacrifice. Swung on, hit up the middle, off the mound. Shortstop coming over. Played by Reynolds to first. He got him. Oh, there'll be an argument on that one. Great play by Craig Reynolds at shortstop on a hopper off the mound. Just got Keith Hernandez at first base. 1 away.
Davey Johnson looking out, but not coming out. Awfully close. I did think that he was out. Superb play by Craig Reynolds, who just took over at shortstop. And they got a good break the way that ball came off the rise of the mound. It was hit hard, normally a base hit through the middle. Mound seemed to slow it up a little bit.
Slowed it up a good deal, and Reynolds had to make a running throw off balance over to first base. Doug Harvey, the crew chief, making that call, and got Keith Hernandez by the length of the foot coming down on the bag. Gary Carter. Carter 0 for 3 has drawn a walk. 2 for 25 in the series now. Pitch to him, swung on and missed, strike 1. Good cut by Carter. Off Larry Anderson. So the Mets almost getting the leadoff man on, but not quite that close. Anderson gets the sign from Ashby. The delivery is a check swing up high with a fastball. 1-1. Craig Reynolds is now playing shortstop in for Dickie Thawne. Denny Walling playing at third base. Came in for Phil Garner. 2 changes made by the Astros along with the pitching changes. Pitch is down low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Another magnificent baseball game. The Astros must win in order to send it into Game 7 tomorrow night. If the Mets can win it, the National League pennant is theirs. 2-1 pitch, inside and high, 3-1. Anderson falls behind on Gary Carter. Darryl Strawberry waiting on deck. He would be followed by Ray Knight. Playing very deep in center, Billy Hatcher. And a few steps over towards left field. 3-1 delivery. Takes it outside, ball 4. Carter draws his second walk. And the Mets have the go-ahead run on at first base. 1 down and Strawberry coming up. Knepper walked 1, Smith 3, an intentional pass included, and Anderson giving up the walk here in the 11th inning. All tied at 3. Now Darryl Strawberry up. Strawberry has struck out twice, grounded out, and he drew a walk his last time up. Anderson's delivery to him, swung on, hit in the air, third base way. Walling backing up, foul territory. He's under it. He's got it in foul territory. Strawberry retired, and there are 2 down. 2 away in the 11th inning. That'll bring up Ray Knight. He and Alan Ashby pat each other on the backside at home plate. They had words the last time Ray Knight came up in the tension of the ball game. Stared each other face to face. Now as Ray Knight moves in, they simply recognize the tension as what it was. Get that over with, and Knight's ready to go. 2 down, runner at first. The pitch swung on and fouled off, strike 1. Enormous pressure that these ball players are under in these games. And the tremendous competitive nature, of course, they have in order to be at this level of baseball. Those kinds of things are going to happen. But the professionalism of it is what you just saw at home plate when they recognize it for what it is. Get the relationships back where they belong and back into the game. Wally Backman is in the on-deck circle, but there are 2 down here. Gary Carter with the walk at first base. Anderson, high set position. The delivery, fastball in the outside corner. Good pitch. Strike 2. Knight in the hole, 2 strikes. Walling guarding the line at third. Davis holding the bag on Gary Carter at first base. 2 strike count, 2 down. Here's the delivery tonight. Swung on and missed. Got him on a slider away. And Anderson is out of the inning. No runs, no hits. The base runner left on. We go to the bottom of 11. All tied at 3. Roger McDowell will face the top of the Houston order in the bottom of the 11th inning. Doran, Hatcher, and Denny Walling. Let's pause right here for station identification on the New York Mets Baseball Network. In the Astrodome for the second day, we are in extra innings. Game 6. Gary Thorne and Bob Murphy with you. Another great playoff baseball game. We are all tied at 3 apiece. Roger McDowell on the mound. Sid Fernandez is in the bullpen, warming up. The left-hander who appeared in the final game of the regular season in relief may get some relief work here today.
We'll see Sid Fernandez if Roger gets him out here, because McDowell would be batting in the next inning.
Billy Doran, the leadoff batter, takes the first pitch from McDowell outside. Ball 1. New York Met relievers have not given up a run in 15 innings of relief work. Aguilera went 3 scoreless. McDowell working on a perfect 6 in a row down. Fouled back by Doran. 1 ball, 1 strike. Billy Doran has singled in 4 times up. The Astros scoring 3 runs in the bottom of the first inning. The New York Mets 3 runs in the top of the 9th inning. Bob Knepper's magnificent performance goes by the boards as he could not get the final 2 outs he needed. Roger McDowell's 1-1 pitch. Doran swings and misses on the sinker. 1-2. Doran, switch hitter, batting left-handed in the series now, has picked up 5 hits in 24 times to the plate. Speedy leadoff batter, switch hitter. The 1-2 delivery, that's outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sid Fernandez, of course, picked up a save in his only relief appearance on the last day of the season against the Pirates, getting some work in. It went good innings of relief, and Davy Johnson will not hesitate to use him here.
He worked the last 4 innings, allowed no runs, only 2 hits.
Roger McDowell with a 2-2 count delivers to Billy Doran, swung on, hit toward short. Kevin Elster on the 1 hop. Over to first. Fernandez has it. And there's 1 away. The leadoff batter kept off base. Kevin Elster, quite his story, coming up to play in defensive purposes for Santana. Added to the playoff roster. Not played AAA baseball, moved right up from AA. They felt he was the best defensive shortstop they had, and here he is in Game 6 extra innings playing at short.
Very good move by Frank Cashin and Davy Johnson. Otherwise, it would have been Howard Johnson or Kevin Mitchell.
Billy Hatcher. Delivery to him is a strike call by McDowell. Hatcher has picked up a single in 4 times up. He's now 5 for 22 in the series. Second man in the order. Walling on deck. All tied 3-3. Bottom of inning number 11 here in the Dome. Delivery to Hatcher, swung on a chopper to third, will be fouled. And Roger McDowell goes ahead on the count. 2 strikes. Roger McDowell, appearing in his second game in relief, went 2 perfect innings in his prior outing. And as pitched perfect baseball here, the Astros have not had a base runner since the 6th inning of the game. It was when they got a 1-out double from Davis. He was left stranded. Since then, the New York Met relievers have been in charge. 2-strike count. The delivery swung on, a ground ball to third. Knight jumps up, gets it, throws to first. Great play, Ray Knight. A chopper off the AstroTurf. He had to reach up for it, jumping up to get it, then had to make a throw, unable to set himself. And he was guarding the line, so he had a long throw to make, and he put it right into the glove of Keith Hernandez.
We have just seen spectacular infield play, particularly by the New York Mets. They've had more difficult chances. But the Astros also have been brilliant on the infield here today.
It's been a defensive series.
There really hasn't been a tough chance at the outfield at all.
Nope. Denny Walling up, 2 down, nobody on. Grounded out in his only time up as a pinch hitter. Pitched to him, swung on, fouled off, strike 1. 2 down, nobody on. Bottom of the 11th inning, 3-3. Astros about hit the Mets 6-5. New York Mets trying to put away the National League pennant in this ball game. The Houston Astros trying to get it into Game 7 tomorrow night. They were so close to doing that in the 9th inning with a 3-0 lead. The Mets with a stunning rally to score 3 runs and tie it up. 0-1 pitch, swung on, chopper out in front. McDowell, first base side, throws over the runner to first. Good play. They got him at first base. McDowell, who made the throw on the inside of the baseline to Keith Hernandez, who took the throw on the inside of the base. And another outstanding play. 3 up, 3 down. McDowell's perfect in relief. We go to the 12th, 3-3. It's the way championship baseball is supposed to be played, and these 2 ball clubs have played it now in 6 ball games, and this one's not over yet. That last play, as good a defensive play as you'll want to see. Not spectacular, but so difficult, because McDowell had to come over in a chopper to first, play the ball right on the baseline, throw into the runner. Hernandez went to the foul side of the bag and picked it off the shoulder of the runner as he got to first base. Bob, you say it can't get any better, and the next play it does.
You know, with Hernandez, it's just sheer artistry.
It is.
He plays first base like nobody else in the world. And I'm sure he plays it as well as anybody has ever played it in the history of baseball. That's how good he is. He has saved the Mets time and again in this ball game today. In the very early part of the game, the Astros were hitting the Mets very hard. He took not 1, but 2 base hits away from the Astros. Had it not been for that, they would have scored 6 or 7 runs. Wally Backman, the hitter. Outside high, 1 ball, no strikes. A veteran right-hander, Larry Anderson, is on in relief. He's not a hard thrower, but he's a very skillful pitcher. And against left-handed hitters, he does have a good screwball that breaks away. Bouncing ball to first, easy play for Glenn Davis, 1 down. Now, let's see if Roger McDowell comes on to hit, and I believe that he will. Doug Sisk is up in the bullpen now. McDowell is going to take the turn at bat. Roger, in relief, has already pitched 3 innings. He has retired 9 in a row. But right here, Davy Johnson will take his chances.
If he had brought in a left-hander, Sid Fernandez, going into the bottom half of the inning, he would have had to face Davis, Bass, a switch hitter, and Cruz, a left-handed batter. So not an ideal time to make that kind of a change.
And so Roger McDowell, batting 8th in the order, will take the turn at bat. Lenny Dykstra is hitting 9th. At the knees, strike 1 call. Roger is a good athlete. He rarely ever gets an opportunity to bat, but that does not mean he can't handle it. From the stretch, right-hander Larry Anderson delivers, swing and a miss. Anderson, exclusively a relief pitcher with the Astros, so when he comes into a game, even when there's nobody on base, he's comfortable pitching the way he normally does from the stretch, so he'll always work that way. He has a 2-strike count on McDowell, and a ground ball slowly hit the second base. Billy Doran up with it. Now to Davis, 2 down. 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the 12th inning. Yesterday's game at Shea, won in the 12th inning by New York on a game-winning hit by Gary Carter. No one in the Astrodome had any idea this would be an extra inning ball game. The Mets came to bat in the 9th inning behind 3-0. They had been shut out on only 2 hits by Bob Nipper. But Lenny Dykstra, the man now stepping in, Came up as a pinch hitter, batting left-handed against a left-hander, Bob Nipper, and hit a booming triple to center field, and that got the rally going. Now Dykstra hitting out of that familiar crouch. Foul ball back on the screen, strike one. Mets hoping to win it here and fly home after the game is over. The World Series will get underway Saturday night, either at Shea Stadium or here in the Astrodome. If we have a seventh game, it'll be Mike Scott and Ron Darling. Now Anderson is ready. And the pitch on the way. Ground ball hit hard but foul down the right field line. Had that ball been fair, Davis probably would have been able to field it. He was playing awfully close to the line. In extra innings, you don't leave those lines unprotected. You're much more willing to give up a single than to take the chance on allowing an extra base hit and allowing that runner to go into scoring position. The game has been so tense. The entire series has been that way. Yesterday's game just wiped everybody out. Two-strike delivery, low inside, 1 ball, 2 strikes to Len Dykstra.
Bob Nipper, who left the ball game, and after the 9th inning, when he saw the Mets tie it up, headed to the clubhouse, has the jacket back on, and on the front railing over there in the Astro, he's going to watch this one.
Dykstra waiting on a 1-2 delivery, the pitch. And a ground smash to shortstop. A one-hopper. Reynolds has it. The throw in time. The Mets are down 1-2-3 in their half of the 12th inning. And Larry Anderson is pitching very well in relief. 2 scoreless and hitless innings. In the middle of the 12th inning in the Astrodome, Mets 3, Astros 3. Last of the 12th inning, the Astros will have 4, 5, and 6 in their batting order coming up. Their cleanup batter, Glenn Davis, will lead off. He has 2 hits and 4 times at bat. And on another at bat, he hit a hard line drive that was caught. Glenn Davis with 6 base hits now in the series in 23 times at bat. Roger McDowell will start his 4th inning of relief. Roger has retired 9 in a row. He retired 6 in a row in his other relief outing in the series. So he actually has 15 straight. But here we are in the bottom half of the 12th inning, as tense as it can be. And Glenn Davis, the big power hitter on the Astro Ball Club, is standing in. During the regular season, 31 home runs. He beat Dwight Gooden in Game 1 with a home run. Right-hand hitter waiting. The pitch on the way inside, almost hit him. That almost hit him on the knee. 1 ball and no strikes to Glenn Davis.
Could have thought quicker. He probably would have let it hit him. Anything to get on base here. Just missed the pants in the back leg.
You're going to react that way, though. The natural thing is to get out of the way and not be hit. Kevin Bass, the on-deck hitter, infield way around to left. Ground ball foul down the third base line. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kevin Bass, the on-deck hitter, the Astros' leading hitter during the year, batted at .311. So they have 3 awfully tough hitters here in the 12th inning. Davis, Bass, and Cruz. After that, it is Alan Ashby. New York 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors. The Astros 3 runs, 6 hits. They got their 3 runs and 4 hits in the first inning. The pitch. Ground ball hit down the third baseline, foul. Stabbed in foul ground by Ray Knight. It has been such a series of outstanding infield plays throughout the ball game by New York. Everyone has had a hand in it. But the leader, of course, has been Keith Hernandez. He has stolen at least 3 hits in this ball game, and Ray Knight has had a couple of real fielding gems at third. The outfielders on both ball clubs have not had any real difficult chances. On Dykstra's triple, Hatcher with a better break might have gotten close to it. The 1-2 delivery, swing and a foul ball, no play. Skidding off the bat handle, rolling toward the backstop. And the count remains at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bottom half of the 12th inning. They played 12 at Shea yesterday afternoon. We're in the 12th inning now in the Astrodome. 12 innings yesterday, a 3.5-hour flight to Houston, 12 innings today. And if it becomes necessary, the 7th and deciding game right here tomorrow night. Glenn Davis with that back foot planted on the restraining line. Gary Carter will set the target. Kevin Elster over deep in the hole at shortstop. The pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Ball in the dirt, grabbed by Carter. Throws to Hernandez, 1 down. He fanned him with a wicked slider, that actually broke into the dirt, but Carter came up with it. He then had to throw to first to complete the play.
Rogers definitely got the sinker going, and also a good hard slider that he's used a couple of times. And on Davis, you saw the sinker ball working when Davis hit a couple of foul balls right flat into the ground into home plate.
1 out and nobody on. Kevin Bass is the hitter. 20 home runs during the regular season. Switch hitter batting left. He hit over 300 both ways. The pitch to him. Sinker that is low. 1 ball and no strikes. The Astros have had only 2 hits since the first inning of this ball game. They scored their 3 and had 4 hits in the opening inning. They have only 6 in the game. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike to Kevin Bass. Straight away and very deep in center field, Lenny Dykstra. Darryl Strawberry deep and around to right against Kevin Bass. Mookie Wilson is the left fielder. Right side of the infield very deep. And a chopper foul to the right, no play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. This is the last half of the 12th inning. Houston got 3 in the first. They were leading 3-0 when the Mets came to bat in the 9th inning. The Mets rallied and tied the game. They had Danny Heap at the plate with the bases loaded. 3 times in a row he fouled off the 3-2 delivery. But Dave Smith finally got him on the 4th one. A strikeout to end the inning. Now the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball up the middle, base hit. Going into center field. The winning run is on base. A very fast man, Kevin Bass. There is the first base runner against Roger McDowell. And it was a ground ball, which is what Roger wants to get. But he hit it right through the middle. And it brings up the old pro, Jose Cruz.
McDowell approaching the longest outing he's had against the Expos on August 1st. Picked up a save again for Dwight Gooden in a ball game where he went 4 innings and held the Expos scoreless. That was his longest outing of the season.
Now the 16-year veteran, Jose Cruz, a lifetime .288 batter standing in. The Astros have the winning run on first. He is one of their very fastest people, Kevin Bass. Cruz in the game today, 1 for 4. Throw to first, not in time. It might very well be that Bass will try to steal second in this dramatic situation. Or if he can steal second, obviously, he then could score on a single. The pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Big swing by Jose Cruz, and a 1-strike count. During the season, Kevin Bass stole 22 bases. Billy Doran was the leader, then Billy Hatcher, and then Kevin Bass. He takes a short lead, Hernandez holding against him. Infield looking for 2. 1 out and 1 on, the pitch on the way. Swing and a foul tip. And a 2-strike count on Jose Cruz. Alan Ashby is the on-deck hitter. That single was the 7th hit of the game for Houston. Only their 3rd since the first inning. During the year, Roger McDowell won 14 games and saved 22. He had retired 16 consecutive batters in relief for this series when he gave up the single up the middle to Kevin Bass. Bass leading away now at first base. Backman and Elster at double play depth. Breaking ball just missed. Boy, he almost had him struck out with that.
Good pitch to use on Cruz. He's such a free swinger. You get one anywhere close to the strike zone, and generally he'll take a hack at it.
He's what is known as a good bad ball hitter. You pitch him high and away, and he'll slam the ball to left field. Again, Hernandez will keep a short halter over there on Kevin Bass. McDowell will look him back. Jose Cruz, the left-hand hitter, waiting, throw to first. Aurelio Lopez, the veteran right-hander, and he really is a veteran, is up now in the Houston bullpen. He's been up before. Gary Carter crouched behind the... Now Cruz will call time and step back. He wants McDowell to think this one through. So Jose Cruz, a 16-year veteran. All-time Houston Astro favorite. Along with Rusty Staub, a big favorite here as well as in New York. Now McDowell is set. The pitch. Breaking ball missing. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And those last 2 have been oh so close to striking out Jose Cruz. Alan Ashby, the veteran catcher, is on deck. Bottom half of the 12th inning, game tied 3-3. And Kevin Bass, carrying the winning run, is on first base. McDowell working very deliberately as he should. Getting his concentration, checking things out with Gary Carter. Elster and Backman look for a double play, and McDowell will step off. Let's have the outfield now, a stride to right against Jose. He will hit from line to line. 2-2 delivery. The runner goes outside. Throw to second. The slide. He's out. He's out at second. Gary Carter throws out Kevin Bass. Kevin Elster made the tag.
Oh, what a perfect throw. That's only the second base runner of 10 to be taken out. But if you're going to do it, what a place to do it.
Gary Carter has a great sense of theater when the lights are bright. Gary Carter, you'll go front and center almost every time.
That was perfect. Right in the glove. Elster just held it there, waiting for the base runner to slide into it.
Now it's 3-2 on Jose Cruz. 2 outs and nobody on. McDowell into his windup. The pitch on the way. And a bouncing ball slowly hit. Tough play. Grabbed by Backman. Thrown. He's out. And we'll go another inning. Beautiful job by Roger McDowell. Great play by Gary Carter. No runs, a hit, nobody left on. We've had practically nobody left on base here today. And at the end of 12 in Houston, New York 3, Houston 3. It's been a double dose of agony. The agony and the ecstasy yesterday for the Mets' Jay, where they finally won it in the 12th inning. More of the same, but this one is still up in the air. Gary, as we go to the 13th inning.
Larry Anderson has done a very good job coming on in relief as the Houston Astro right-hander. Long relief during the season. Lopez has continued to throw, right-hander in the bullpen. The New York Mets have not been able to get to Larry Anderson. Nepper went 8 1/3. Smith went an inning and 2/3. And Anderson has given up just a walk, striking out 1, and has not given up a hit. He will face Mookie Wilson, Kevin Elster, and Keith Hernandez. Top of the order for the New York Mets. And Roger McDowell, giving up only 1 hit, has now worked the longest relief stint, equaling the longest, 4 innings that he worked during the year. So he's going to be into new territory if he stays on the mound. But he has that sinker ball working for him. Mookie Wilson stepping in. Mookie singled in a run in the 9th inning when the Mets tied the score 3-3 with that dramatic 3-run 9th inning. Mookie 1 for 4 in today's ball game. 3 hits, 23 times up in the series. Batting in the leadoff spot, with Nepper, a left-hander, having started. Pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 1, a fastball up high. Larry Anderson has a good screwball. Has shown some pretty good zip on the baseball with a fastball today. He's been riding in on the left-handers. 0-1 delivery to Mookie. Swung on a ground ball right back to the mound. Stabbed over to first. 1 down. Mookie retired on the ground ball. Top half of the 13th inning. As the New York Mets and Houston Astros will take a ball game in league championship play into innings that it has not been before. 12 innings have been the most played in extra innings in a league championship baseball game, including the one yesterday. Pitch is outside for a ball, so there's yet another record that's set as we go into extra innings into the 13th in this one. All tied 3-3. Astros 7 hits, the Mets 5. Pitch to Elster, strike called. Kevin Elster came on as a defensive replacement in the 9th inning after Santana had been hit for, and he struck out. Only time up. Kevin Elster, of course, coming up for only a month's worth of action, and most of that was on the bench watching. Swung on and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Kevin. Elster came to the plate only 30 times in the regular season, picking up 5 hits. 1 ball, 2 strike count, 1 down, nobody on. Larry Anderson, the right-hander, out of the stretch. Here's delivery. Swung on, hit right up the middle, hits the mound, goes to second. Doran's got it, and they've got him. That's 2 balls that have hit off the mound that otherwise would have gone into center field for base hits. One was slowed up to shortstop on Hernandez. That one slowed up the other way to second baseman Billy Doran.
That looked like a certain base hit when it went off the bat. It looked like it had been hit right through the box. Ricocheted off the mound within the reach of Billy Doran.
2 down.
Hard luck right there.
Keith Hernandez coming up. Hernandez had the other hard luck ground ball in the 11th inning. A rip shot that hit near the rubber and bounced over to shortstop, and Craig Reynolds threw him out. 2 down, nobody on. 3-3, 13th inning. Mets win it. The National League crown is theirs. The Astros win, and it's Game 7 tomorrow night. Keith Hernandez, a big RBI double in the 9th inning of the ball game. 1 hit in 5 times up. Pitch to him is up high, ball 1. Hernandez now with 7 hits in the series. 7 hits and 25 times to the plate. Larry Anderson waiting for Hernandez to get back. Is ready. The pitch to him. That's a strike called. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mets have walked only 2, Bob, and the Astro pitchers have walked only 5.
Marvelous control the whole series for both pitching staffs.
So few base on balls have been given up. 1-1 count. The delivery just missed the outside corner at the knees. 2 balls and 1 strike.
I was just thinking the game is so different in the Astrodome. Not a ballpark for home runs. You don't even think about the home run.
Well, getting that long ball is a gift for either team that might put one up, especially in extra innings off these staffs.
If it's Glenn Davis or if it's Darryl Strawberry, the thought crosses your mind.
Hernandez stepping out on Anderson with a 2-1 count on him. Anderson again ready. Here's the 2-1 delivery. Hernandez takes it up high, and the count is 3 balls and 1 strike. Gary Carter waiting in the on-deck circle. New York Met pitchers coming into this game. The base on ball department had given up 14, and the Astros only 6. First 5 games. 3-1 delivery. Swung on and missed. Good pitch down low. 3-2. Turned it over, and Hernandez had it tailing away. Keith takes out, drawing the deep breath. 3-2 count on him with 2 down and the bases empty. Infield playing back very deep. 3-2 delivery. Swung on, hit the short. He's caught. Right to Reynolds. Soft line drive, and that's it. Larry Anderson, what a job in relief. Sets the Mets down in order. He's given up only 1 walk. We go to the bottom of the 13th, 3 apiece. Roger McDowell will go into the 5th inning of relief work, something he did not do during the regular season. And he will be facing Ashby Reynolds, and maybe a pinch hitter. We will see. Let's pause right here for station identification on the New York Mets Baseball Network.
You're listening to the Mets and Astros on Sports Radio 1050 WHN New York.
Back in the Astrodome, Gary Thorne and Bob Murphy with you. Hope you are enjoying this as much as we are. Another great baseball game, tied 3-3, bottom of the 13th. The Astros against McDowell have picked up only 1 hit, a single in the 12th inning. McDowell now starts inning number 5 of relief work. Alan Ashby, 0 for 4. Switch hitting catcher, batting left. Pitch to him is a check swing strike called at the knees. Ashby now 3 hits in 21 times up. Not happy with that call, steps out. Waiting on deck will be Craig Reynolds. Roger McDowell into the windup, the 0-1 delivery. Check swing again. The sinker misses down low and in. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bobby Ojeda gave up 3 runs on 5 hits over 5 innings as the Astros scored 3 in the 1st inning. The Mets scored 3 in the top of the 9th to tie the ball game up. The delivery is a check swing, and he just missed outside. 2-1.
They have Jim Pankovitz, who's been a very good pinch hitter around the bat rack. Probably the 3rd hitter in this inning.
No warm-up action in either bullpen right now, but Lopez has been ready to go for 3 innings for the Houston Astros. Been warming up all that time. Aurelio Lopez, a right-hander. McDowell with a 2-1 count delivers to Ashby. Swung on and foul-tipped. The count is 2-2. Roger McDowell did not have good luck against the Astros during the course of the regular season. He was 0-3 with 1 save. He went 8 2/3 innings, giving up 4 runs on 10 hits. But McDowell has been perfect, but for that single in relief in this ballgame.
Now Davey Lopes is also around the bat rack, so I guess maybe Hal Lanier hasn't made the decision yet.
Going to get them both ready. 2-2 count. McDowell taking time to rub up the new baseball. Alan Ashby waiting on him in the batter's box. The 2-2 delivery, swung on and hit in the air to left center field. Mookie Wilson moving over. Dykstra calling him off. The center fielder Dykstra's under it. He's got it. 1 down. Leadoff man retired here in the bottom half of inning number 13. That will bring up Craig Reynolds, the shortstop. Remember that there are 24 players on the rosters, as it was during the regular season. So there aren't many more moves that can be made. You got a couple of pinch hitters sitting on each bench. But you can't do a whole lot that'll take anybody out defensively because you don't have anybody else to put in. So all the pinch hitting will be for the pitchers. One down, nobody on. Craig Reynolds, who struck out in his only appearance, came on to hit in the 10th inning. Stayed in at shortstop, left-handed batter who delivered that home run to win a ball game here in July against Roger McDowell. First home run McDowell had given up this season. One down, nobody on. Pitch to him, a ground ball to first, right at Keith Hernandez. McDowell coming over will take the flip, and there are two down. Two away, nobody on in the 13th, and now we will get a pinch hitter. Jim Pankovitz will pinch hit for Larry Anderson. And the Mets won't mind seeing Larry Anderson leave the ball game. Anderson was outstanding in relief, going 3 innings. Anderson did not give up a hit. Struck out 1, walked 1, as the relievers have been perfect as far as no runs scored by both pens. Pankovitz coming up, right-handed batter. Pankovitz this season finished the year hitting at .283. As a pinch hitter, he did a whale of a job, 11 for 38 with a home run and 2 RBIs. Jim Pankovitz against McDowell with 2 down. Pitch to him is a strike called in the inside corner. We're all tied at 3-3, bottom of the 13th inning. The zeros keep going up on the board. It's like Aurelio Lopez will be coming on in the top of the 14th if McDowell retires, gets the final out here in the 13th. So there's nobody else warming up. 0-1 delivery, swung on a ground ball to third. Knight guarding the line has it. Long throw to first, and that's the 13th inning. Roger McDowell retires the side in order. We go to inning number 14, all tied 3-3. New York Met bullpen now has gone 18 innings in this series without giving up a run. And they have held the Astros down, but from the New York Mets' point of view, the problem is so have the Houston Astros, and we're going to see another one, Bob Murphy.
Aurelio Lopez pitched a dozen years in the Mexican League with the Mexico City Reds. Wound up in the major leagues with Detroit. Stayed with the Tigers about 9 years. 38-year-old right-hander with a wide assortment of pitches. This year with the Astros, 3-3. A 3.4 earned run average. 78 innings, only 64 hits allowed. Gary Carter leading off the 14th inning. Low and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Then Darryl Strawberry, followed by Ray Knight. Roger McDowell already has gone 5 scoreless innings. Now the pitch on the way. Fastball for a strike. 1-1 to Gary Carter. Gary hitless in 3 times at bat. Has been walked his last 2 times up. Now Jesse Orozco will go down to the New York bullpen. Jesse already has won 2 games. And a line drive to the opposite field, a base hit. Gary Carter is on, leading off the 14th inning. A single to the opposite field. And Darryl Strawberry will come to bat. Darryl in the game today, hitless in 4 times at bat. Drew a walk in the 9th inning when the Mets rallied to tie the ball game. Orozco getting ready in the bullpen. Now Aurelio Lopez will look into Ashby. Strawberry waiting. Up high, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to Darryl Strawberry. Gary Carter singles to lead off the 14th inning. The Mets had not had a base hit since the 9th inning. Now the pitch on the way. Outside and low. Danny Darwin, the number 5 starter for the Astros, going down to the bullpen now. He's not normally a relief pitcher. He's been a starter and a very good one. But he'll start to get ready now. The pitch by Lopez. Slider inside, ball 3. And he's behind Strawberry, 3-0. A walk would move the lead run over to second base. Ray Knight is out on deck. Lopez with good control, rarely walks anybody, but he's in danger of walking Strawberry right now. The pitch on the way, ball 4. He walks Strawberry on 4 pitches. Gary Carter goes to second. Now runners on first and second, and nobody out. And you can feel the uneasiness now with the Houston Astro fans. Ray Knight will be coming up. And we'll see how Davy Johnson wants to go about this. The on-deck hitter is Wally Backman. Boy, I'm sure Davy would love to have it reversed right now. He'd love to have Backman, the hitter, with Knight on deck, because Backman is an excellent bunter. Now Ray Knight goes down to talk to Buddy Harrelson. I can't recall, Gary, Ray Knight being called on to bunt.
No, very seldom. He rarely ever has to do that, usually in that number 6 hole. That's not a position where you're going to bunt anybody around because the people on base, obviously, your power hitters who don't have a lot of speed anyway, so you don't take the chance.
They'll play in very close at first and third, looking for the bunt. They'll use the revolving infield. The shortstop will cover third. They'll be trying to get the lead play at third base, the pitch. He did not square around. It's low, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to Ray Knight. And again, Ray will look to Buddy Harrelson, coaching at third, for the decisions being made by Davy Johnson. Billy Doran in for a word with Aurelio Lopez. Houston setting up to play for the bunt at first and third. Knight gives himself up. Bunts back toward the mound. They'll go for a play at third, and the play at third is in time. Carter is out at third. Well, it's not easy to try and bunt Gary Carter over to third. The ball was bunted right back to the mound. So Lopez had plenty of time to throw to third, and that's a very big out. Mets now sorely in need of a base hit. But they do have excellent speed now at second base. If they can get a base hit off Aurelio Lopez.
That's why Ray Knight's really called on to bunt. Not that was not a bad bunt, but when you got somebody like Gary Carter out, you got to make a perfect bunt, because Gary just doesn't have the speed to outrace the throw.
Bunt has to be perfect. But of course, if you let the batter swing away, you run that risk of hitting into a double play.
Right.
Not all decisions are easy by any means. The hitter is Wally Backman. Runners on first and second and 1 down. Tie game, top of the 14th inning. The veteran right-hander, Aurelio Lopez. 38-year-old right-hander. Came to Houston this year after 9 years in Detroit. Now Lopez from the stretch. Slider, strike call to the inside corner. Wally Backman came in the game as a pinch hitter in the 9th inning. Drew an intentional walk. He batted to the 12th inning and he grounded out. Darryl Strawberry is on second. Ray Knight is on first, 1 down. Mets looking for the biggest hit of the year right here. The pitch on the way. And a line drive base hit. Going into right field. Strawberry will try to score. Here's the throw coming to the plate. He scores. The throw is high. Goes into foul ground. Runners on second and third. The Mets have taken the lead. Wally Backman drilled a clean single to right field. A run is in. The throw by Bass, the right fielder, way over the head of Ashby, all the way to the backstop. Mets now have a chance to add more.
Wally Backman having a magnificent series. He scored the run that won the ball game yesterday, picks up the RBI, the potential game winner here. Bass could not get the ball cleanly out of the glove. He threw that so high that it hit the screen behind home plate halfway up. He almost threw it on top of the screen.
Howard Johnson is going to bat now for Roger McDowell. Jesse Orozco will come on to pitch in the bottom half of the 14th. So now Howard Johnson is hitting for Roger McDowell. The run belongs to Roger McDowell. If the Met bullpen can hold it, Roger would have the clinching victory. Now they bring the infield in. One more hit would be such a beautiful pillow to put their head on for the New York Mets. The runners are on second and third. Now the pitch on the way, a pitch out. They thought a squeeze play might be in the offing. Lenny Dykstra is the on-deck batter. Wally Backman is on second. He went to second when that throw came in and over the head of the catcher. There'll be an error on that play. The only error of the afternoon. So now runners on second and third with 1 man out. The infield in. The pitch to Hojo. And a foul pop-up might be playable. Ashby coming back, has room, makes the catch. Howard Johnson fouls out to Alan Ashby. Now there are 2 men away, and Len Dykstra will be coming to bat. Dykstra, as a pinch hitter leading off the 9th inning against Bob Nipper, hit a towering triple over the head of Billy Hatcher. That began the dramatic rally that enabled the Mets to tie the game in the 9th. They had come to bat in the 9th inning, trailing 3-0. Now they'll walk Len Dykstra. They'll pitch instead to Mookie Wilson. Mookie's bat has not been hot in this series. And by walking Dykstra, they have a play at any of the 4 bases. So they give Len Dykstra an intentional walk. It'll bring up Mookie Wilson with the bases loaded and 2 men down. Mookie in the game today has 1 for 5. As a matter of fact, his base hit was in the 9th inning and drove in Len Dykstra with New York's first run of the ball game. Keith Hernandez doubled in the 2nd. Ray Knight's sacrifice fly brought in the tying run. 4-3 New York. Now here is Mookie coming up with the bases loaded and 2 men down. In the bottom half of the 14th inning, the Astros will have the top of the batting order coming up. Billy Doran, Billy Hatcher, and Denny Walling. The pitch. Foul ball off the end of the bat, back into the crowd behind the third base dugout. Mets are trying to clinch the pennant. If they win this one, they'll talk about this one. They'll write about this one for a long time to come. It is not over yet. Now the pitch on the way. Hit off the end of the bat, foul, screwball. And the count, strike 2 on Mookie Wilson. Mookie with 3 hits in 24 times at bat in the series. This is Game 6. Mets fighting desperately, trying to avoid Game 7. They have taken the lead for the first time all day long here in the 14th inning. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Mookie with that full bat at the moment. And by Aurelio Lopez. Now in the 14th, 1 run. There were 2 hits. 3 left on base. Fasten your seatbelts. We go to the bottom half of the 14th inning. And the pitch to Billy Doran is over. Strike 1 called. 4-3 New York, bottom half of the 14th inning. The talented Billy Doran is the batter. He has 1 hit today. Orozco into the wind, the pitch. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Billy Hatcher on deck, and then Denny Walling. Orozco is 2-0 in the League Championship Series. He was the winner with 2 scoreless innings yesterday. Now the 1-1 delivery. Swing and a miss, high hardwood. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bottom half of the 14th inning. Mets 3 outs away from a National League pennant at a Saturday night at Shea in a World Series ball game. Orozco winding. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 1 man down in the bottom half of the 14th inning. Roger McDowell, 5 brilliant innings in relief. Aguilera, 3 strong innings in relief. Now Orozco trying to save it in the bottom half of the 14th inning. The hitter is Billy Hatcher, the center fielder. Right-hand batter, 1 hit and 5 times up. Orozco glancing around, seeing how the defense is set. Billy Hatcher, a very fast hit runner. The pitch on the way. Inside, ball 1. The Mets bullpen has been magnificent in the League Championship Series. They have yet to give up a run. Now Gary Carter setting the target. Line drive foul down the left field line. That was hit hard. Way back into the left field corner, but a foul ball. Had that been straightened out, this game was tied up again. So that one scared the daylights out of the New York Mets, standing in the dugout. Right behind the screen, General Manager Frank Cashin. Senior Vice President Al Harrison. Club President Fred Wilpott. Joe McIlvaine. You think they're not hanging on at the moment? 1 out and nobody on. 4-3 New York, bottom half of the 14th inning. Now the pitch on the way. Breaking ball strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Billy Hatcher. Denny Walling on deck, and then Glenn Davis, the cleanup batter. So Orozco up against the heavy artillery here on the bottom half of the 14th. The pitch. Just missed outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jesse moving the ball in and then out, trying to pick off a corner. It's 2-2 to Billy Hatcher. Now the windup by Orozco, the pitch. Outside, ball 3. Breaking ball that just missed. It's 3-2 to Billy Hatcher. In the outfield, the Mets are deep. Dykstra over toward left center. Mookie deep in left. Payoff delivery. And a high fly deep to left. Down the line. It may go foul waiting. It hits the screen. Tie ball game. Home run. has tied the ball game. Towering fly ball, a home run. It hit the screen attached to the foul pole. Yesterday in New York's long ball game, Darryl Strawberry hit a home run that hit the foul pole in right field. So Jesse Orozco giving up a home run to Billy Hatcher. This amazing baseball game is now tied at 4-4. Denny Walling will be coming up. But right now they're waiting for Billy Hatcher to come out and doff his helmet. And he does that. That is the first run allowed by the Mets bullpen in the LCS. A home run by Billy Hatcher has tied the ball game. Now it is 4-4. Denny Walling will be coming up. Now the Astros are hoping to win it. And the huge crowd all standing. Not a soul sitting down now. What a big one for Billy Hatcher. He gave a warning a moment ago when he hit a wicked line drive deep into the left field corner. Now Walling is the hitter, and he's a tough hitter. Left-hander against left-hander. Fastball outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Noisiest it's been all day long right now, and it has been very noisy. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Foul ball back on the screen and no play. 1 ball and 1 strike to Denny Walling. The cleanup batter, Glenn Davis, is the on-deck hitter. The Mets were 2 outs away from the World Series. Yanked back by Billy Hatcher and his 7th home run of the year. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Ground ball hit down to first base. Orozco will have to cover. The flip from Hernandez got him. Close play. 2 men down in the bottom half of the 14th. Now Jesse will have to be very careful. The leading home run hitter on the Astro Ball Club, Glenn Davis, is striding to the plate. He hit 31 during the regular season. He beat Dwight Gooden with a home run in the first game of this series. In today's game, Davis has a single and double in 5 times at bat. New York 4 runs, 7 hits. Houston 4 runs, 8 hits. An amazing baseball game. The pitch on the way. Breaking ball outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Jesse Orozco's 3rd relief appearance. He was a winning pitcher in the previous outings. Had he been able to hold the lead here, McDowell would have been the winner. Jesse would have had a save. Swing and a miss made him look bad on a breaking ball. 1 ball and 1 strike to Glenn Davis. The bullpen cannot be faulted in any way. That was the first run allowed in the entire series by the bullpen. Now the pitch on the way. Foul ball out of play down the right field line. 1 ball and 2 strikes. If yesterday's game left everybody completely wiped out, they'll be totally destroyed by this one. Yesterday it went 12 innings. Now we're in the bottom half of the 14th inning, and the Astros have rallied to tie. Line drive foul down the left field line. Breaking ball that was inside. He was out in front, and he pulled it foul. Count holding at 1-2 on Glenn Davis. Kevin Bass, the Astro right fielder, is the on-deck batter. Now Jesse looking in to get his sign. The 1-2 delivery and a high pop fly on the infield. The inning should be over. Backman calling near second. Has it, and we go another inning. But Billy Hatcher ties it up for the Astros. His 7th home run of the year. 1 run on 1 hit, nobody left. At the end of 14 innings now in the Astrodome, 4-4.
1050 WHN is your World Series ticket station.
Before Kevin Elster steps in, we step out for station identification on the New York Mets Baseball Network.
It's the Longines Watch Timeout. See the Longines 1000 at Fortunoff's, 5th Avenue, Westbury, Wayne, and Paramus. You're listening to the Mets and Astros on Sports Radio 1050 WHN New York.
WHN is your World Series ticket station.
Bob Murphy with Gary Thorne, 15th inning. 2, 3, and 4 of the New York batting order. Kevin Elster batting second of the order. Takes the strike. And the pitch by Lopez. Low outside, make it 2 balls and no strikes. So now the count is 2-0. Danny Darwin going down to the Astro bullpen, where he will start to warm up. Now the veteran right-hander's pitch, and a strike call. It's 2-1. Kevin Elster came awfully close to a base hit his last time up. He hit a shot that looked like a hit, but it ricocheted off the mound turned the direction out towards second where it was played by Billy Dorrit. 4-4, 15th inning. Now the pitch on the way. Fastball over. 2-2. Jeff Calhoun, a left-hander. Danny Darwin, a right-hander. Active in the Houston Astro bullpen. If the Mets win, it's all over. If the Astros win, Game 7 tomorrow night. What a remarkable baseball game. 2-2 delivery, outside, ball 3. Full count, 3-2. In the 14th inning, when the Mets got a run to lead for the first time all day, Gary Carter opened with a single to right field. Now 3-2 on the rookie shortstop. The pitch. Fouled out of play. He'll get another shot at it. Keith Hernandez on deck, and then Gary Carter. Mets have been out, hit 8-7. Game tied at 4. Isn't it amazing? Yesterday, Strawberry's line drive at the foul pole at Shea, that tied the game at 1. The pitch on the way, popped it up. Should be an easy out. Glenn Davis in fair ground, near first base under it. 1 down. Now, in the 14th inning today, Billy Hatcher hits a home run to left field. It hit the screen attached to the foul pole. The screen, of course, is in fair territory to help the umpires make the call on those that close. Keith Hernandez returning now to the on-deck circle. I believe he wants the pine tar cloth to try and get a tighter grip on the bat handle. Aurelio Lopez, his second inning of relief work. Bob Nepper had a 2-hit shutout going to the 9th inning of this ballgame. Dramatic and unbelievable rally in the 9th. Mets got 3, tied the game. Dave Smith worked an inning and 2/3. Larry Anderson 3. And this 38-year-old right-hander, Aurelio Lopez, now in his second inning of relief work. Mets got 5 brilliant relief innings out of Roger McDowell. No runs, only 1 hit. Aguilera, 3 scoreless innings in relief. Now the pitch on the way. Over for a strike call. Hernandez has been up 6 times in the game today. 1 hit, but it was an awfully big hit. A double in the 9th inning that drove in a run. Now Lopez around with the arm, a swing and a hit. Boy, there's a good screwball, Gary.
Unbelievable screwball. Lopez has been rejuvenated in light of that home run, and the New York Mets absolutely stunned downstairs as they just could not believe. They had all the lockers covered with plastic. Now they've got to uncover them because the last thing they want to do is have a bad luck charm. 4-4. Keith Hernandez takes the pitch. Strike called. He's out of there. 2 down. Hernandez called out on strikes as Lopez picks it up. And the New York Mets have 2 down here. This ball game has been now won and lost by both teams. And now somebody's going to try and win it again. New York Mets having to come from behind with those 3 runs in the 9th inning to tie it after the Astros scored 3 in the first. Now with a home run on the 3-2 pitch picked up by Hatcher. This ball game tied at 4-4. Astros about hit the Mets 8-7. Gary Carter 2 down. Pitch to him is fouled off behind home plate.
If we go to Game 7, I don't think either team will be strong enough to come out and play it.
I was just going to say, Bob, I don't know how physically these ball clubs can be doing this. They are going to be absolutely drained.
If they're not already.
And mentally as well, because it's so taxing. The concentration involved is enormous in this kind of a ball game and this kind of a series. Gary Carter, 1 strike count on him, 2 down and nobody on. Pitch misses outside by Lopez. 1 ball and 1 strike. Infield able to play back, outfield deep and straight away on Carter. Gary has picked up a couple of walks in the ball game and a single. Pitch is down low. Lopez, 2 ball, 1 strike count on Carter. Baseball at its very best. Kind of ball that keep this game alive for a lot of years to come. 2-1 delivery. Swung on, lined into center field. Hatcher coming in. Can't get it, base hit. Stops the ball on 1 hop. Good play by Hatcher to do that. He had committed himself to try and make the catch. And in doing so, almost had that ball skip by him. A hard line drive into right center field. 8 hits for the New York Mets. 2 down, 1 on. Darryl Strawberry coming to the plate. Strawberry in the ball game. Scored the run that put the Mets on top in the 14th. Darryl Strawberry, hitless though. Now with a chance with 2 down and a runner at first base to put the Mets on top again. The delivery. Screwball missing inside. Ball 1. 4 runs, 8 hits for each team. Carter with the first baseman Glenn Davis playing a step or 2 behind him, just to hold him close to the bag. The delivery by Lopez. Strike called, an off-speed pitch at the letters. And the count is 1-1. 2 down, 1 on. In the 15th inning of this game, longer than any other league championship game has ever gone. The pitch in the dirt. Ashby blocked it, can't find it. Carter's going, throw down, they got him. He's out. Alan Ashby had the ball go behind him. He could not find it. Carter took off. Ashby found it. Carter's thrown out. And that's it for the Mets. No runs and a hit, nobody left on. We go to the bottom of 15, 4 apiece. Jesse Orozco will face Kevin Bass, Cruz, and Ashby as the fans who at one point were ready to celebrate in the 9th inning, had to settle back in, were ready to go home in the 14th inning, are now back in their seats, and they're just going to wait and see. What a baseball game here at the Astrodome as Orozco will take on Bass, Cruz, and Ashby. Bass picked up a single his last time up in the 12th inning and then was taken out at second base on a Gary Carter throw. Bass in this ball game now has gone 1 for 4. He has also drawn a walk. He is 7 for 22 at the plate. And Orozco, the left-hander now, is just going to settle in and pitch. The Houston Astro fans, again, just delirious, and justifiably so with the ball game they are seeing here. Kevin Bass, batting right-handed against the left-hander Jesse Orozco. 302 left-handed, 324 batting right-handed. 311 is batting average on the season. And Orozco gets ready to work. Bottom of the 15th. The delivery is swung on and drilled foul down the left field line. He chopped that one into the corner. I mean, he hit it hard.
That's exactly what Billy Hatcher did in the last inning. Hit one almost in that same spot foul and then came back with a home run.
Some of the New York Mets were already in the clubhouse. Rafael Santana, those who were out of the game. Danny Heap had gone in. They were sitting watching the television, getting ready to celebrate. And when Hatcher's home run went, there was just stunned silence.
I can imagine.
1 strike count on Bass.
There were probably a few radios kicked around to the New York area, maybe a few thrown out a window.
Jesse Orozco will think about that long foul ball. 0-1 delivery. Pitches a strike call at the knees as he came in on Bass. So Aurelio Lopez, who looked like he would be the GOAT of the game, redeemed for the moment. 2-strike delivery. Swung on and missed. Vicious slider in on the handle. He strikes him out. Orozco gets the strikeout on the leadoff batter. 1 down. Jose Cruz coming up. Real good pitch. Down and in. No way Bass was going to be able to handle that one.
The Mets stunned the Astros. They were behind 3-0. Got 3 in the 9th inning to tie it. Then the Mets get the lead, and the Astros do the stunning.
Orozco's pitch to Cruz. That front leg up is a strike call. Jose Cruz has picked up 1 hit in the ball game, 1 for 5. 5 for 25 in the series. Orozco's 0-1 delivery. That's a strike call in the outside corner. 1 down, nobody on. 15th inning, all tied 4-4.
Boy, you know who deserves a world of credit here is Freddie Brocklander, the plate umpire. All the pressure he was under at the start of the game.
Delivery by Orozco in the dirt, stopped by Carter.
And now he's had a marathon on his hands, so he's handled it very well.
Very well. Not an easy day when you're in this kind of ball game. Jesse Orozco with the infield back deep, guarding the line at first and third for him. Left-handed batter Cruz. 1-2 delivery to him. Swung on and missed. Struck him out. So Jesse Orozco picks up his 2nd strikeout of the inning. Orozco getting his 3rd since coming on. And now there are 2 down and nobody on here in the 15th. And that will bring up Alan Ashby.
Boy, both managers have used up just about everybody. Let's have Eddie Hearn left. Davey Lopes and John Mizrock left for the Astros. That's it.
That's all there are. Rest are pitchers. Alan Ashby, switch hitter. Batting right-handed. Delivery to the catcher is outside, ball one.
I appreciate your coming back up, Gary. Gary had gone down to the clubhouse to be on hand for the interviews for the post-game celebration. Had to hurry back.
2 down, 1-0 delivery. Breaking ball, strike call, 1-1. As a fan, I wouldn't miss this for the world.
More fun watching it up here.
I'll tell you.
Than downstairs on television, I'll tell you that.
I get that right. 2 down, nobody on, 1-1 count. Ashby's hit the ball hard a couple of times. Nothing to show for it, though. He is 0 for 5. Pitch to him. That's outside for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Ashby has had a home run in this series for the Houston Astros, as they have used the long ball, as the Mets have, to stay in or win games.
He beat Sid Fernandez the game with his home run.
The 2-1 delivery. Breaking ball, strike called, 2-2. Off-speed pitch by Jesse Orozco. For Orozco's credit, he is settled in after that unsettling home run. Right now has the batters tied up. 2 away, 2-2 count. Bases empty. Orozco into the windup. Here's the delivery. Ashby swings a ground ball to second base. Backman to his left has it. Makes the throw to Hernandez. Good play by Backman, who had a range a long way over and out into shallow right field. We've completed 15, 3 up and 3 down. Aurelio Lopez came on in the 14th inning of the ball game. We are now going to the top half of the 16th inning. Bob Murphy.
Darryl Strawberry will resume his turn at bat. Strawberry was the hitter, but a ball got loose. A ball in the dirt got by Ashby. Carter thought he could make it to second. Tried to get there, but Ashby, with a good throw, nailed him at second base. So Darryl Strawberry, 0 for 4 with 2 walks, will be leading off as we go, would you believe, the 16th inning. New York 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Houston 4, 8 and 1. Aurelio Lopez, the 38-year-old right-hander, ready. Breaking ball, outside low. It is ball 1. Mets, after they scored their run on the top of the 14th inning, had the bases loaded, but Lopez got out without further trouble. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. He popped up Howard Johnson with the bases loaded, then pitched out of the jam. Nobody on, nobody out. 16th inning in the Astrodome. Lopez, the veteran right-hander, around with the arm, swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ray Knight is on deck, and then Wally Backman. Wally got the base hit that put New York into the lead at the top of the 14th inning. But Billy Hatcher tied the game with a home run. Now Doug Sisk is up in the bullpen for New York.
Jeff Calhoun, the left-hander, gets up again for Houston.
Jesse Orozco is the 4th hitter if the Mets get somebody on. The pitch on the way, up high. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Darryl Strawberry. Mets would love to get Strawberry on base with his running speed. He came home with a run that put New York into the lead on Backman's base hit. High pop fly into very short center. It might be trouble running for it. Billy Doran drops for a base hit. Strawberry around second. He'll stop there, throw to second. Texas League double, Darryl Strawberry. Billy Hatcher apparently couldn't find it. Billy Doran, the second baseman, made an amazing try for it. He went from second base way out into center field, but was just out of his reach at the last moment. I thought Billy Hatcher could have had a play on the ball, Gary.
That ball was hit way up in the air, but Hatcher did not get a good break on it, and I think you're right. He had trouble finding it. He was playing deep, of course, and by the time he got in, he came up about 2 steps short, and the ball bounced over his head. He had to turn around and go back to get it.
When you look up against that webbing, it's awfully hard to see. It's a lot better when you have total darkness. We do not have total darkness yet. Not in Houston, where it's 6:20 in the evening. Now Strawberry on second. Nobody out. Ray Knight is the batter. Ray 0 for 5 with a sacrifice fly. The pitch, inside low, it's ball 1. Wally Backman is the on-deck batter. Now, if the Mets can get a base hit, they can regain the lead in the 16th inning of the ball game. Lopez got a tough break on that. And the pitch on the way. Line drive, base hit to right field. Strawberry may have trouble scoring. The throw is coming in, won't get him. The run is in. Knight to second base. The Mets are in front, 5-4. Ray Knight, who tied the game in the 9th inning with a sacrifice fly, a hard single to right field, and the right fielder, Kevin Bass, did not make a good throw at all, nor did he make a good one the last time around.
Same people. This time Darryl Strawberry scores again and again. A throw that was very wide down the third baseline allowed Strawberry to score and allowed Ray Knight to move up to second base.
And allows Gary Thorne to go running to the clubhouse one more time.
Hi-ho, hi-ho.
Here comes Hal Lanier. The Houston manager is on his way to the mound. Ray Knight is on second. Hard single to right by Ray Knight. If that turns out to be the base hit that puts the Mets into the World Series, it'll be so fitting for Ray Knight, who played here as an Astro, later was traded to the New York Mets. And he's had the thrill of driving in the tying run in the 9th inning, and now the lead run in the 16th inning. Lopez will leave, and in the pitch will come Jeff Calhoun.
They'll bring the left-hander on in this situation as the New York Mets go on top again, and you again begin to think the Astros just can't keep coming back in these ball games. The New York Mets turning it on again. Lopez shaky at best. The relief appearance as he was all season against the New York Mets, and he certainly was shaky in this one. Lopez, part of that bullpen, which is suspect once you get by Dave Smith. And Smith, of course, has already pitched in the game. He was their leading reliever this season. He came on in relief of Nepper, worked an inning and 2/3. Anderson went a good 3 innings, but Lopez, the New York Mets were able to hit up for a couple of runs. They haven't been able to make it stand up yet. Now they'll have to work against Calhoun, with the left-handers coming up here, but again, the New York Mets just driving the point home as they go back on top again.
In the bottom half of the 16th inning, Craig Reynolds will be leading off. Then we'll see a pinch hitter, and they have Davey Lopes left to pinch hit. Mets have taken a 1-run lead, and they would love to add more. When the Mets got the lead for the very first time this afternoon in the 14th inning, they had the run home that had given them a 4-3 lead. They had the bases loaded and only one man out. But Lopez made a very big pitch. He popped up pinch hitter Howard Johnson. They then walked Lenny Dykstra intentionally, and Mookie Wilson was struck out, and the Mets had 3 left on base. Twice today, the Mets have had the bases loaded and left 3 men on.
They've been able to pick up 5 hits off Aurelio Lopez. That's as many as they were able to get against the other 3 pitchers Houston's thrown today. So Lopez, while he got out of some tough jams, was not effective when they needed him.
And the big thing now for the Mets to try to do, and of course they will be trying to do exactly that, is to get another run home. This will turn Wally Backman around and make him a right-hand batter. Wally, as Met fans know, is a natural left-hand hitter and a very, very good one. A little bit at a disadvantage when he's hitting right-handed. Jesse Orozco is the on-deck batter. They're looking for a bunt. Wally's set to swing away at a strike call. Davey Johnson with a tough call now, whether or not to leave Orozco in or put up a pinch hitter, but he really doesn't have that tough a call, I guess. He only has Eddie Hearn left. He has to save him in case he needs him to catch. So I imagine Orozco will take the turn at bat. The pitch on the way, swing and a miss. And a 2-strike count on Wally Backman. Darryl Strawberry and the Mets got a big break on a fly ball hit into shallow center field. It was very high, and Billy Hatcher, looking up against that webbing, did not pick up on it. It wound up falling just beyond the reach of second baseman Doran. Then Ray Knight hammered a hard single to right field, scoring Strawberry. Ground ball hit slowly down to third, foul ball, no play. Handled by Denny Walling. This has to be, by far and away, the most grueling postseason game played since they went to divisional play back in 1969. The very first year of divisional play, the Mets won and beat Atlanta, went on to defeat Baltimore in the World Series. They were to win again in 1973. They beat Cincinnati in the playoffs, but lost in 7 games to Oakland. In the dirt, partially blocked. Knight crossing over. Throw to third. Not in time. Not in time. A throw that was in the dirt, blocked by Ashby. And this time, Ray Knight gets to third on it.
They weren't holding him at second base, so he was able to get a pretty good lead in any event. And once that ball got away from Ashby that time, Ray Knight had a big enough lead to make it on the head-first dive.
Well, the Mets really have to don their thinking cap here and try to manufacture a run. They have Backman at the plate, Wally hitting right-handed, the unnatural side. They have Jesse Orozco on deck, and then a left-hand batter, Lenny Dykstra. So how do you get that run home? Astros bring the infield in. Would they think of a squeeze? The pitch. He lays off. Probably not, because Ray Knight, the runner on third, is not fast.
He moved up as though he wanted to just try and get that ground ball to the right side, even with the infield in. It'll be an advantage there if Knight goes, and he's got that infield in, so a well-hit ground ball will go through.
Anytime you bring the infield in, the advantage goes to the hitter. However, this time Wally is hitting as a right-hand batter. He's had some clutch hits that way. 2-2 delivery, inside high. Oh, he reached back on that one. Turned it up a notch or two, fired a great fastball, and he just missed. It's 3-2 on Wally Backman. 5-4, Mets have gone ahead here in the 16th inning. A remarkable ball game that began with the Astros jumping out and scoring 3 runs in the first inning. They've had only one since then. Infield in close, now the pitch. Foul ball back into the crowd, no play. Full count, 3-2 on Wally Backman. Wally one-hitted 2 times at bat. It was Wally Backman who singled hard to right field in the 14th inning to give the Mets the lead for the first time in the entire ballgame. That lead was lost on Billy Hatcher's home run. 3-2 to Wally Backman. Jeff Calhoun, a young left-hander pitching in relief, delivers. Foul ball back into the crowd. He fought it off. Jesse Orozco is on deck, and then Len Dykstra. Dykstra hitting 9th in the order. Orozco is batting 8th in the order. Those in the Mets bullpen are just standing and watching. Siska's down there. He's warmed up and ready should he be needed. Calhoun looking in for his side. Backman hitting out of the crouch. The pitch. Ball 4. Wally Backman beat him at his own game as he waited him out. He fouled off a couple. He winds up with a walk. Now first and third, and Orozco coming up. Jesse rarely ever gets a turn at bat, but he is a good athlete. Both McDowell and Orozco are excellent athletes, and they're not embarrassed when they go up to hit.
Well, with nobody out and Wally on at first base opens up some more options here because the Astros now have to keep an eye on a couple of base runners, and Orozco has the opportunity to lay one down just for the sake of moving a base runner up if Davey wants him to.
I have a feeling he will be bunting, as you say, just to move Wally Backman into scoring position. It would not be a squeeze play. Knight would not be coming home on it. First and third, and nobody out. A run is in. Top of the 16th inning. New York 5, Houston 4. Calhoun looking into his catcher, Ashby. Orozco squaring around. It gets away from the catcher. Coming home. Ray Knight. The Mets have a 2-run lead. The Mets have a 2-run lead in the 16th inning in the Astrodome. That was a breaking ball that got away. Was it in the dirt, Gary?
No, it was not in the dirt. I think Ashby just plain old missed that one, or was crossed up on the call. He was keeping an eye at first base, and he just did not catch the baseball. The ball was up there. Ashby reaching out to get it, and it fell out of his glove. It'll be a pass ball on him.
It will be a pass ball. Now the Mets have a 2-run lead, and I believe Orozco will still be bunting, trying to get Wally Backman over to third. He turns the bunt, bunts it down the third baseline. Fair ball. The play goes to first in time for the out. Backman goes over to third. So Denny Walling throws out Jesse Orozco. Good sacrifice by Jesse. Boy, he bunted perfectly.
Great bunt down the line. I was, not surprised, I guess. They didn't try and let it go foul. Walling was playing in, the ball rolling right down the line. He knows contours of the field and felt it was going to stay fair, so he picked it up, but it was still rolling.
That's with a 2-run lead, and now Lenny Dykstra will be hitting against Calhoun, left-hander against left-hander. In the 9th inning, with New York behind 3-0, Davy Johnson sent Dykstra up to bat against Bob Nepper, the left-hander, who had allowed only 2 hits over 8 innings. What did Dykstra do? A triple to center field. Up high, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. The Mets lead by 2, playing in the 16th inning. The World Series opens Saturday night, either at Shea Stadium or here in the Astrodome. The winner of this ball game is going to need about 24 hours sleep. Now Calhoun with the infield in close. Reading the information from Alan Ashby, the pitch. Line drive off the glove of Davis into right field. Base hit. Backman scores. The Mets now have a 3-run lead. That was a wicked shot hit by Dykstra. It ricocheted off the glove of Davis. He just didn't have time to get that glove up and have it opened up. That's a base hit and an RBI and a big, big ball game for Lenny Dykstra.
And playing in, Davis that time had no chance on that ball. He was in close looking for the play at the plate, so the line drive just had time to get the glove up, went into right field.
Now New York with a 3-run lead. Mookie Wilson, the leadoff batter, standing in against Calhoun. What a job by Dykstra. He led off the 9th inning with a triple. Now a hard smash drives in a run. Mets have a 3-run lead, and the pitch to Mookie is taken low. Mookie has only one hit in the ball game. Was it a big hit? It drove in the first run in the 9th inning. It made the score 3-1. Hernandez doubled to make it 3-2. Ray Knight hit a long sacrifice fly to make the game 3-3. Now the pitch on the way. Swing and a foul back on the screen. 1 ball and 1 strike. If the Mets can win this one, Gary, we can shut up for a couple of days, and we'll be awfully happy to do that.
Well, the ball players needing 24 hours worth of sleep. I wouldn't mind doing that myself.
As exciting as this game has been, it's going to take a while to be able to sleep, I'll tell you that. Waiting on a 1-1 delivery, the pitch by Calhoun. Ground ball to second. It might be a double play. Doran to Reynolds to first. Double play. 4-6-3. Rarely does Mookie hit into a double play. The inning is over, but the New York Mets scored 3 runs. There were 3 hits, and nobody left on. Now, in the middle of the 16th inning, the New York Mets 7, the Houston Astros 4. Now, listen carefully. We go to the bottom half of the 16th inning. The Mets have a 3-run lead, 7-4. They are 3 outs away from being in a World Series game at Shea Stadium on Saturday night, playing either Boston or California. Craig Reynolds will be leading off against Jesse Orosco. Davey Lopes will be a pinch hitter, and then Bill Doran. You talk about 2 teams displaying magnificent character. Both teams have done exactly that. The Astro fans are now standing and applauding the Astros. As much to say we haven't given up yet, but if you lose it, we're applauding you for a magnificent year. This Houston team won 96 ball games, more than any Astro team in 25 years had been able to win. Now Jesse Orosco ready to go to work once again. Jesse starting his 3rd inning of work and his most important inning of the entire year to this point. He had one equally important in the 14th inning. Billy Hatcher homered to tie it up. Now the windup by Orosco. Fastball wide, 1 ball and no strikes. Reynolds, since coming in the game, is 0 for 2. Very talented left-hand hitter. Mets are playing him a stride to right on the infield, straight away in the outfield. Carter setting a target. Fastball missing, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Davey Lopes, the on-deck batter, he's tough. Nothing going at the moment in the New York Mets bullpen. Now Orosco winds, and the pitch on the way, a strike call. If the Mets hold on and win, Orosco would be the winner for the 3rd time in this best 4 out of 7 series. Bobby Ojeda has the other win. Ojeda started this ball game today, a long time ago. Now it's 2-1 on Craig Reynolds. 2-1 delivery. Wide, ball 3. The count goes to 3-1. Very few have left the Astrodome. This has been such an amazing ball game. There can miss anything. Could still happen. We are now in the home half of the 16th inning. New York 7 and Houston 4. Nobody on, nobody out, and a 3-1 count on Craig Reynolds. 3-1 delivery. He runs up, tries to bunt his way on. A foul ball back on the screen. And a full count of 3-2 to Craig Reynolds. Reynolds, a native of Houston, Texas. Played high school sports here, so well thought of. Had reached the major leagues with Seattle. The Astros traded to bring him home, and he's been a good one. Houston with 2 very good shortstops in Dickie Thon and Craig Reynolds. Thon was the starter of the ball game today, with the Mets starting a left-hander, Bobby Ojeda. Later, with right-handed pitching, took over. Craig Reynolds came in the ball game. Now it's 3-2 on Craig Reynolds. Orosco over the head. Around comes the arm. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. one man away in the 16th inning. So Reynolds has been fanned, and Davy Lopes will be coming on as a pinch hitter. A very remarkable 40-year-old baseball player, Davy Lopes, will now be coming up as a pinch hitter. For the Astros, Lopes hitting .235. Even though he's 40 years old, he stole 25 bases this year. So the veteran, Davy Lopes, right-hand hitter, standing in against Jesse Orozco. Mets are now 2 outs away from the World Series. And the pitch on the way is inside ball 1. Billy Doran, the leadoff batter, will be next. This game began at 2:05 Houston time. It is now 20 minutes until 7 in Houston, Texas. Orozco sighting in, the pitch to Lopes. Way inside. Might have overthrown that time, reaching back, trying to get a little bit extra. And he goes behind Davy Lopes. 2 balls and no strikes. The one thing Jesse does not want is for the tying run to come to bat. It has been such a remarkable ball game, it probably is going to happen. It seems to have gone that way all day long. Now the pitch on the way, strike call. 2 balls and a strike to Davy Lopes. If the Mets can win here, they will have 112 wins for the year. Low ball 3. And the count is 3-1 on Davy Lopes. 40-year-old right-hand batter, Davy Lopes. Orozco's 3-1 delivery, ball 4. They have a man on. Davy Lopes draws a walk. Orozco pitching his 3rd relief inning. Now it brings up Billy Doran, the second baseman. As a right-hand batter this year, he hit .305. Had a better year hitting right than left. Very good switch hitter, Billy Doran, who hit .278 on the full season, combining left and right. Orozco walking down away from the mound now to try and relax for a moment. Jesse pitched 2 innings yesterday and was the winning pitcher when the Mets won in the 12th inning. Then they flew, as did the Astros, 3.5 hours to Houston, and this game is in the bottom half of the 16th inning. 1 out and 1 on. Pitch to Bill Doran. Line drive, base hit. The tying run will come to bat. Dykstra picking it up on the run. Runners on first and second with 1 man down. A hard single by Billy Doran. And Billy Hatcher, who hit a home run off Orozco in the 14th inning, will be coming up. Gary Carter out to the mound. Keith Hernandez coming over. Billy Hatcher had a home run in the 14th inning of Jesse Orozco. It tied the game after the Mets had led for the first time all day long. Now the same Billy Hatcher, right-handed batting center fielder, will be coming up. They say this is a game of redeeming features, and it certainly is. Hatcher had trouble on a ball hit very high in the air to center field by Strawberry. He did not pick up on it against the webbing. It wound up dropping for a double. And the Mets went on to get 3 runs and take the lead. Now here he is, the tying run at bat. Nothing going in either bullpen. Right-hand power hitter, Billy Hatcher. Not a big power hitter, but a strong hitter. Double play depth for the infield. The pitch on the way. Ground line drive, base hit to left center field. Rounding third and coming home to score, Davy Lopes. Oh my goodness, it's 7-5. The tying runs are on first and second base. A hard single to left center. Scores Davy Lopes. Another big hit by Billy Hatcher. Now Denny Walling will be coming up. Davy Johnson is on his way to the mound. Nobody warming up in the New York Mets bullpen. Doug Sisk was up earlier, and now he springs into action. Davy will want Orozco to stay in and pitch to Walling, a left-hand hitter. He may want Doug Sisk to face the right-hand batter, Glenn Davis. Unbelievable ball game. It is now 7-5 in the bottom half of the 16th inning. Orozco fanned to Reynolds leading off, but he walked Davy Lopes. Back-to-back singles by Billy Doran and Billy Hatcher, and Denny Walling, a very good hitter. Is the tying run or is the winning run at bat? The tying runs are on base. Billy Hatcher, the tying run at first, as fast as anybody on the Houston Ball Club. And what a big moment we have once again. Here's the pitch on the way. Breaking ball strike. Doug Sisk throwing hard in the New York Mets bullpen. This is the hitter that Orozco needs desperately to get out. This is that moment of truth for Jesse in this ball game. And the pitch on the way, swing and a miss. And a 2-strike count on Denny Walling. Remember that Glenn Davis, the leading home run hitter on the Astro Ball Club, is now waiting on deck. Bill Doran is on second. Billy Hatcher on first, just one man away. Infield, straight away. Dykstra a couple of strides to left center. And the pitch on the way. And a ground ball hit down toward first base. Orozco will cover. Throw to second. Out. Force play. Oh, big play by Hernandez. He threw to Elster at second. They got a force play on Billy Hatcher. And Hatcher represents the tying run. Hernandez has been magnificent. He has had the day of his life in the field, and you know what kind of a fielder he can be. He has taken away about 3 hits, and that time, with the runner practically on second, a very fast runner, he did not hesitate. He fired to Elster, and they got a force play on Hatcher. So now first and third, 2 down, and Davis is coming up. The center fielder, or rather the first baseman, Glenn Davis. 31 homers, 101 RBIs during the season. A home run in Game 1 to beat Dwight Gooden and the Mets 1-0. He is the winning run at bat. The tying run is on first base. The Mets have a 7-5 lead. 2 men down in the bottom half of the 16th inning. Orozco into the stretch. And the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 1. A 1-strike count on the heavy hitter, Glenn Davis. Let's have the infield very deep and around the left. The rookie shortstop, Kevin Elster, who has done awfully well, playing back on the edge of the outfield run. Again, Orozco will check the runners. Now the pitch. And a drive in the air to center field. It's going to drop for a hit. Dykstra will have to play it on the hop. 1 run in, and the tying run on second. It is 7-6. The tying run is on second. That was a soft single in the short center field. Billy Doran comes in to score. Denny Walling is on second. Now the tying run is on second base. The hitter coming up is Kevin Bass. Bass led the Astros at hitting during the year, batting at 311. One more hit and the Astros will have staged a remarkable comeback of their own. Now it is 7-6 New York. Last of the 16th inning. 2 men down. Bass, a 311 hitter during the season, standing in. And Jesse Orozco struggling, trying to get that final out. He got a bad break on the last one. The ball was not hit hard. Now he has to get an out. The stretch by Orozco. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 1. He has to get 2 more. Kevin Bass, switch hitter, batting right-handed. He was a better right-hand hitter than left. He had 324 as a right-hand batter during the regular season. Denny Walling, the tying run on second. Glenn Davis, the winning run on first. 7-6 New York. Bass is the hitter. The pitch on the way. Way outside. Almost a wild pitch. And a wild pitch would have put the tying run at third. The winning run on second base. This is heart-stopping baseball. Pulsating baseball. Nobody has sat down in the last 4 or 5 innings. Incredible. And how does Orozco stand up? What pressure? Now Jesse looking in to Gary Carter. 1 ball and 1 strike to Kevin Bass. Denny Walling, and he runs well, is on second, tying run. Davis, the winning run on first, 2 men away. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That was a nasty slider. Low inside. He went after it, and he could not get it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Kevin Bass. 7-6 New York, bottom half of the 16th. But the tying run is on second. The winning run is on first. Orozco looking in to Gary Carter. Here's the stretch by Orozco. Now the pitch on the way. Low, ball 2. Breaking ball is just missed. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Walling and Davis tag up and get ready to start building a lead. The infield is deep and around to left. Dykstra very deep in center field and over toward left center field. Bass cocks the bat. Here's the pitch on the way. Just missed. Just missed. Ball 3. Full count. 3-2. 3-2. What will he do? Tying run on second. Winning run on first. 2 down. One more out. The Mets are in the World Series. It may go the other way. Now the stretch. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Struck him out. Mets win it. The Mets have won it. They're in the World Series. Saturday night at Shea. Oh, they are mobbing Jesse Orozco. One of the biggest strikeouts in baseball history. An incredible strikeout. 3-2. He threw a breaking ball on 3-2, and he struck him out. Everybody is out at the pitching mound, and somewhere in there, among all those gray uniforms, stands a very brave young man whose name is Jesse Orozco. He has just won his 3rd game in the playoffs. Bobby Ojeda has the other. The happiest baseball team that you've seen in a very long time. For the first time in 13 years, the Mets are a championship team in the city of New York. And the World Series will get underway on Saturday night, with the Mets playing either California or Boston. The kind of game that leaves you absolutely, totally left.